Well, here we are. What's going on, everybody? I am glad you have entered the building. I'm so glad you have entered the building because at the end of the day, we all like to say the day has to end. I see you come in the building, step in, speak loud and clear. Let's make sure these are on. Nice, safe sound and secure. Yes. Let's see while we wait for everybody to get in the building and come on in. What's going on? I see you there, Jeremy. Jeremy, I'm glad you're in the building. Come on in. Come on in. We got some things to discuss because this girl here has been, as we say, I've had a long, not just a week, couple days, man, and I'm still trying to recover. I'm still trying to recover. Nevertheless, it's all good. And get some more people in the building while y'all scrounge on in here. We're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna get some tunes on. What's going on? We're gonna do some maintenance here in a little bit. Let's put some tunes on. Y'all know how to go. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Can y'all hear me? It looks like you can hear me. Absolutely. Okay, thank you. What's up, Ready Milky Way? Before we get started, let me get some tunes in here because y'all know me and this silence. I don't do silence like that. Let's get something going. Let's see what we're gonna put on. Let's try. Let's see what we got. Let's try this. Let's go. And well, we're gonna get a little subtle because we got a lot to talk about. Let's turn that down. And as a matter of fact, let's take it up a notch. There we go.
I'm allergic to the fake shit. That's why I can look in your ass and tell you ain't shit. I'm from the South. You know what I'm talking about? But she could pop it and drop it right in your bank account. I be like, fuck with your hurt. Your body's out of control. Pussy rap. Then African gold. St. Jules on my chest. Got my foot on your neck. Look, I don't play by mine. But what you say about mine? You know I'm big stepping, walking through the door.
Big stepping. Who that? Come in the building. Fill it on up. We got some stuff to talk about. And I know y'all have heard it already, but guess what? You're going to hear it again. Because the big stepper is walking through the door. And I say, who that? We that. All right. Okay, so we got that. Let's change the tunes. Let's change the tunes a little bit. Okay. That's that hype. That's the hype. All right, so let's get into it. We slowly getting folks in the building. We slowly getting them in the building, but while we wait for them to continue to get in the building, I'm just gonna say this. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to yet another hot take on Court Vision with So Pretty Tony. Well, we break down everything. Y'all know we talk about it all. We don't sugarcoat. We don't scapegoat. Y'all know I don't care what nobody thinks. If they don't like what I got to say, guess what? Be respectful. We all can agree to disagree. You know how that go. Have a good time in the chat. In the meantime, we're going to keep talking about, right now we're on women's hoops. I've been covering some of the men's playoff games right now. I missed the Spurs game yesterday, but that's okay. But this here, guys, we got to get this here. We got to put this out. We got to talk about this and how the WNBA is shaping up right now. We've got to talk about how they're shaping up right now. Let me get the tunes down just a little bit more because I want you guys to hear me loud and clear. and I don't want it to seem like I'm talking over. I'm still trying to get my voice back. You know, when you go to military school, you got to do a little drilling ceremony. Voice sometimes will take a hit. My voice took a little bit of hit. I know y'all saw me on Sunday. I was very, very, very tired. Monday morning, you know, mornings I'm always rejuvenated. It's never a thing for me to be rejuvenated. But I tell you, after I think I made it halfway through the day, and your girl was tired. But nevertheless, we are back in the building. I needed some recovery time yesterday. I was supposed to come in yesterday and make up for my 5 o'clock segment on Monday because I went on with Keisha and we covered, of course, the Met Gala. If you weren't there and you missed it, go ahead to cut the issue. You can go ahead and do the playback, get the playback and see what we talked about, how everything went. Give us some commentary. I always like commentary. Those that leave me a message, know I always respond, right? So if you leave a message, you watch this on playback and you want to leave me a comment, I will, however, respond to you because that's just who I am. That's just who I am. And so we're talking about the WNBA being shook up and how it's shaping and forming with all of the changes and the stuff that we simply just can't ignore. So, hey, we're going to talk about it. Big name players getting waived, rookies that people believe because they're on the rookie contract, they can't be waived. However, we saw it loud and clear. You saw the thumbnail. We're talking about none other than the damn Chicago Sky and the decisions that they keep making. I, I know my brother Bro Claude was on. It's his people. I'm not gonna say his people. It's our people, but it's his people. You know, because he's that Chicago native. It make you want to scratch your head. It gives you a head scratcher, right? Yeah. I've been scratching my head with the things that Chicago Sky has done since basketball, WNBA basketball started back up day one, which of course, which was the biggest shake up of them all, with the biggest trade of them all, Angel Reese to the Atlanta Dream, which was the absolute best thing that could have ever happened to Angel, in my opinion. And anyone else that don't agree, we can agree to disagree. But I believe it's the best decision made. Just like basically the trade right during the WNBA draft with none other than our girl, Big Foe. Big Foe not going to the Velks was a blessing in disguise. And anybody that don't agree, too bad. Natalie Nakasi is not a coach that I would have wanted to see her under, simply because she too is like somewhat what the Sky is doing right now at this moment. They want veterans. They want players that they don't have to teach, train, or try to tame. Yes, I did say tame, right? Because if you have too much of a voice, it's a problem. But we're going to keep moving right along with these head scratches that we got going on and the new signings and where some of these players have gone. If you thought being a draft pick was guaranteed a roster spot, I guess these players are learning. It says think again. In the meantime, while we do that, let me go ahead and do some maintenance here and say hi to my people in the chat. What's going on? I already talked to Jeremy in there. We have Faithfully Fully. What's going on, Faithfully? I see you in the building. We got Terry Matthews. Scroll on down. We got TW7525. How you doing? Moving on. We got who else we got? We got Red and Milky Way. Keep it going. Who else? We got what's up, MSL? I know you in the building. My boy is in the building. That's what I'm talking about. You know that rapper or a song you're playing sounds like you. It sounds like me. That's good. Cause guess what? That's just what I'm saying. It's about some fake shit. They got a lot of fake shit going on in the W. But hey, hopefully once the season kicks off, which is now, and the first official game is played, we gonna see what they talking about. Cause my mama always told me it's some fake shit. But we're gonna find out who's fake and who's not. Who else we got in here? We got Oh, we got Stells in here. What's going on? 5110. She wins. Who else we got? Moving right along. That's who's in the building. As you all come in the building, remember my motto: hit the like button. Once you get in the building, hit the like button. Can't pass up that opportunity to tell you hit the like button. We got 35 plus in here. I should have 35 plus likes. Hey, in about another 20 minutes, I should have 100 people in this building. I should have 100 people in the building. Again, guys, I had to rest my voice a little bit. I had to rest my body. I was kind of sore. So now let me go ahead and I am going to cut the music. Very fade. There we go. So it's very, very fade. But I had to rest, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Your girl was beat down. I had a good time where I was while I was training. Of course, I got stellar marks. Did a fantastic job because that's what I do. I don't expect anything less when I'm out there and I'm performing and stuff like that. So, with that being said, I had to teach a few classes. So, in teaching those classes, my voice got a little bit hoarse because I like to be very animated. I did a little bit of role playing with some of the soldiers and some stuff, some scenarios that we had to do. And yes, I was very melodramatic, but nevertheless, here we are. Let's get into it now. While I was off taking my nice little break for these 2 days, or a day and a half, should I say, because I was on Monday. I did jump in there on Sunday a little bit. And I was in and out, in and out. And then yesterday I had some things to do. I got my baby girl Storm with me in the building. She's just kind of hanging out with her mama at the foot of the bed. So now let's get into it. Haley Van Lith, we know, has been waived. Remember, she was on her 4-year rookie contract. But as people know, just because you're on a contract doesn't mean that you cannot be waived. However, since then, I believe she has been picked up by the Connecticut Suns, which is a good thing for her. They could use a good solid PG. I have to look at their roster because I have not taken a look at their roster to actually see who all they have on there besides what we've seen with Anissa Morrow. We got Sanara Rivers. They got a few other players on that team. I want to see that roster to see just how Haley is going to extremely fit in on that roster. Veteran guard Lindsay Allen. Y'all know that she is gone. She was waived. I can't remember if she was just on a camp yet, but we will continue to keep an eye on that to see what they're going to do for as Odyssey Sims. If anybody in the chat already have the whereabouts of Odyssey Sims and her contract or her situation, please let me know because I'm not sure. Like I said, I hadn't looked at it, but multiple young players across teams like Dallas Wings and Chicago Sky, of course, and Washington Mystics have been cut in a matter of days. And we knew that was going to happen. We talked about it briefly on Sunday on how it's going to look come this Friday with these teams. Maybe even tomorrow. I think somebody play tomorrow. I can't remember who. But you'll get to see how the team's going to look since they've had to dwindle down their rosters. I like the fact, and I can't stress this enough. I like the fact that they decided to, and I said it before they actually started camp preseason play. I wanted to see all of the newcomers and the rookies play. If you're a veteran in a league, I understand that you're on a different team and people want to see how they fit in these different organizations. To me, that will come. I didn't need to see veterans. I needed to see new players, rookies, to see how they look in a W for number one. Number two, how they can gel and mold. Number three, how quickly they were able to pick up the play settings, being able to gel together and not just play pickup ball. Some teams actually ran sets. I like the fact that Atlanta Dream decided that they wanted to just see simply how the players can mesh basically in more of a pickup setting. Screen, uh, high screen, low screen, curls, cuts. That's all they did when they played their two preseason games. I specifically watched it for that entity in itself, while I saw other teams attempt to run a few plays, and that's okay, right? But you want to see how they can run. We know, and I said this when in 2024 when Angel and Camilla and those guys, Rakia Jackson, Brinks, and all those guys, JC Sheldon, all those guys came in the league, right? I said that the game is fast. It has picked up its intensity for as the speed for the game, and every year it's going to get faster. The beauty in that is you're going to get to see some high scoring games. Whereas if you have teams that are solid defenders, you're going to see some games where it's just not going to happen. Some people going to have some major lockdown defense. You're going to have some crying folks. And I'm going to say it, and I don't care who don't like it. Like CC whipped her hair. I whipped my hair back and forth. Hit her own self in the eye and tried to say the Nigerian player hit her in the eye when clearly we don't have time for that shit this year. I'm not hearing it. And I'm gonna tell y'all what. Some of her fans ain't hearing it either. They sick of it. Nevertheless, we moving right along because this is not about her. She got, like I said, she has a whole segment of her own coming, and I believe it's gonna be tomorrow. I ain't gonna guarantee you, but it's probably gonna be on her tomorrow. However, because I do not come on Thursdays, but I will because I just feel like I missed y'all and I need to see y'all some more. And we need to talk about some more ish throughout this week. But again, I like what I saw when I saw Washington play. They had a lot of hungry young players. Storm have a lot of hungry young players. Lynx picked up some players, and I think that they're going to be okay. But I have to see some more. I have to see the season start and see some more of what they have in depth, in a whole. See, it's easy to say what we think a team look like, and they have yet to play their first actual game. And I want to see what they look like because I think Keisha and I had a conversation about this before as to what I thought and who might be where, what teams we think will be in the playoffs, what teams. Of course, the league put it out there already. The GMs, they put it out there, and they have a guesstimation about who's the best player, who's the best point guard, who's going to get the MVP, what team's going to be ranked where in the playoffs, or who all was going to make the playoffs. I like that they did that. And as you can see, it's no more the CC show because it ain't. There's way too many players in the league for that shit. And as, again, the years roll through, you see those players that held her to a standard when she was in college. Guess what? Those same players are now in the league, and they're going to hold her to that standard. What I mean by that and what I say is you have situationals where when 2024, when they came in the league and those girls came in and they were quick. Angel, Camilla could run the floor, Brinks moving like a gazelle. You have just a bunch of things going on. Those girls came in, they were quick. They brought a lot of speed to the game. And so you had a lot of veterans that just couldn't keep up. So it looked a little bit different. Now that the shift has been made where 2025 players came in, they're a little bit faster. This year, speed will kill. So they better be ready to run the floor at all turns, at all levels, as they possibly can, because otherwise you just going to get dust in a peak. And let's see. Getting back to it, and I'm going to get to some of the stuff in the chat here in just a second. But let me get back to just some key things that I was saying. Teams are no longer developing slowly. And that's what I mean by picking it up. They're not developing slowly. They're going back to that regime. I want players that are ready to go now. They want let's go now players. Spending time developing players isn't something that they're willing to do within their 12-man roster. Remember, they got the 2 slots for the developmental players, and that's going to come by way of those players learning along the way. And by next year, they better have it down, because if they don't have it down next season, that's going to be c'est la vie for those players. I'm telling you now, mark my word, you can put it down right now that So Pretty Tony said it. As you can see, look what happened to Haley Van Lith and also Maddie Westbell, right? The players are making waves to get picked up, just like Martha Suarez. I was so disappointed that Velks picked her and then cut her. They don't care for rookies. As you can see, some teams want to win, and they want to win now. Forget developing players. I know they're only doing 4 teams a year. That's going to make room for more players next year. However, I will hope that the developmental players will have a spot next year, depending on how well they play. The 12 games that they're allotted to play, because remember, they are allotted to play 12 games. I think for the Sky, that put the girl Taylor right in that number, because they're keeping her on the roster for now. And they're probably going to move her to the developmental roster portion of the roster once Vandersloot is playing. If you look at who the starters are, they got Vandersloot down as a starter, which means I'm assuming she's I hadn't read on it because I don't even really care about what's going on with the Sky as far as that is concerned, other than the fact that I just want to watch a couple games to see how in the hell they figured they if they got what they felt they needed to get Jeff P out of hot water, because that's all this is about, guys. This ain't about nothing else. This is about getting Jeff P out of the hot seat and closing the gap on the things that Vandersloot said. Unfortunately, that's what this is all about. And I'm going to say this, and mark me on this, and I do believe other people understand what I'm saying when I say this. If Camila Cardoso doesn't have a decent first half of the season, she might be traded, guys. She's probably going to be traded, right? And then they may roll with her all season and think of something else next season. Who knows? Because have you guys heard Chicago Sky say that they're going to go ahead and honor that 4th year? Angel got her 4th year with the Dream. Bite my nails. I'm just saying. Guys, when you come in the building, hit the like button. You're coming in, you're chiming in. Once you peek your head in here, go ahead and just hit the like button. Make it safe for yourself so I ain't got to repeat it. Hit the like button. This is just me having conversations. I'm not pulling up all of that stuff. Y'all have heard it all. You've seen it all. It's on Twitter. It's on X. It's on Threads. It's on all of these other segments. We're talking about just simply what's going on. This is my opportunity to have a conversation with you, chat, right after I finish giving my soliloquy, and then we can go over some of the things that I've said, and I'll open the panel for, a couple of you guys to come up. Please, if you come up and there's more, if I cut you, if I cut you a little bit, please don't be offended. I want everybody to have an opportunity to say their piece, because that's why I'm going to open a panel. But until that happens, this is a conversation, right? We went over the gala already, so I don't need to pull up Angel's pictures. Angel's pictures are everywhere. This isn't solely about Angel. Today, this is about all of these players that are being moved around. We talked about Natasha Cloud on Monday and her finding a home, and that she'd still deserve and have enough in the tank and still deserve to be in the league. It was speculations that it might have been her political views, but gladly that is not. She is going to add to the depth of Chicago. However, I am still saying, Chicago, how the hell are you going to play all of these point guards? They're all point guards. What are we doing here? You're going to have some sore players once Sloot gets back on the court. Because I am just trying to figure out, again, have we got a bunch of players and you're going to play them all out of position? J.C. Sheldon, point guard. Skylar Diggins, point guard. Courtney Vandersloot, point guard. Natasha Cloud, point guard. You got your point forward that you're trying to use in Rickea Jackson. You got your sometime point guard in Rachel Banham. That's number 6. Help me figure out what the hell is Chicago thinking? What are they doing? Bam Bam needs to play her true position, which is a 2. So if you take her out the number, you still got 5 point guards, 4 point guards. Because if you take out your point forward in Rickea Jackson, still got 4 point guards. They said Dejanay Carrington, the estimate roster, because I don't have it pull up, because I look at stuff. My job is to study it, remember and know it, and try to talk to you guys without having to pull up 50 million things, right? They said Skylar Diggins, Rickea Jackson, Dejanay Carrington, Azurá Stevenson, and our girl Camila Cardoso. That's supposed to be your starters. That's what they said. But is Dejanay Carrington ready to play? That's what I want to know. Is she well enough to run? Give us 100% of herself is what I mean by that. She may be ready to get on the floor, but is she ready to give us 100% lockdown seatbelt? Dejanay Carrington. That's what I want to know. Rickea Jackson. My assessment on Rickea Jackson with the two preseason games, right? Rickea Jackson gonna do some things, but consistency is what I'm looking for in Rickea Jackson. Can you tell me, chat, that she's gonna be consistent? Is Dejanay Carrington offensively going to be consistent? We know she's going to be consistent defensively if she's 100%. If she's not 100%, she ain't going to be that lockdown seatbelt queen. I'm being honest as I can possibly be, because what basketball has she played since her injury? So she got to get herself back in basketball shape. So in the beginning, all that, oh, Dejanay not doing this and Dejanay not doing that. Well, guys, she got to get back in basketball shape. I'm sure there's some things that she did. If she wasn't doing pool workouts for lower extremity injuries, go with that, broke there. I'm sorry, y'all. My internet. I'm in a different location, so the internet could be a little bit slow. But anyway, her lower extremities. You can do pool workout. That pool workout will get you right to a certain extent. But having players like that who's coming straight off an injury, again, like Vandersloot said she don't know who said that she wasn't going to be ready for the season. Well, Heifer, your people said, your camp said. So don't ask us who said. We getting it from somebody. At the end of the day, if you have somebody that know the game and understand injuries, yeah, we know that it's going to take time for you to just be able to jump back in there and be the person that you want to be. We talked about Camilla. We talked about Rakia. Of course, we need her to be consistent. She became consistent towards the end of, well, I want to say the second half of the season for LA when she was there. But now, can she bring that? I think that she will if she's focused, because I think that she's a really good three. Um, Cardoso, if she can get just that mentality, like I don't give a damn about on the floor, I'm taking off everybody's head, then she'll be Killer Miller. JC Seldon, where's JC Seldon gonna fit in? How many minutes is she gonna get? It's what I want to know. She gonna play in the place of Dejanay Carrington? No, because I don't know. I'm still trying to understand this goddamn on dude's roster. So I'm just trying to see where is it that this vamping of this roster has come into play. Hit the like button if you just came in the building. If you're already in the building, you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. I'm telling you, hit the like button. Um, just give it to me, right? Because I'm looking at Washington sneaking in and taking off some heads because they're young and hungry. When you're young and hungry, you gonna do some things because you ain't got a care in the world. What do you have to lose, right? What is it that you have to lose? It's not much that you have to lose. It's so teams like that. I'm looking at Storm, Seattle Storm. Once the teams get on the way, they're gonna have that. They're gonna peek their nose in there. They're gonna peek their nose in there, and it's gonna be the sheer will of utilizing the guard to post play because they got those big post players. So let's see how they utilize them, right? Um, Dallas, Dallas. I don't know, y'all. Tell me what you think about Dallas, and I'm about to look at y'all comments right now. Tell me what you think about Dallas. Dallas in those two preseason games. We know you coming in saying everybody trash, Goon the shooter. Well, welcome to the building. What's up, Brian Lewis? I did a lot of talking, y'all. I'm coming in and I'm seeing some of the comments, but I won't go back and catch up on the last ones. If you have something that you want me to know that I missed, go ahead and shoot it out. What's that, J Dub? I see you, J Dub. Let's see. They might cut Cloud when Courtney come back. Let's see, Brian Lewis. Angel actually shot better, but of course, it only matters when Angel does something right. No one cares about the new. No, they don't. They only want to talk about Angel when they have something negative. Negative. Angel name is big when it comes to something negative, but they don't want to talk about it when it comes to positive stuff. So pretty Tony, the building. Um, I hope. Let's see. I hope you and everybody in the chat are doing well. Yeah. Thank you. We are doing well. I see there, Marvin. Thanks for coming in the building. Hit the like button for me. Chicago Sky all day. Go for it then, Goon, if that's what you believe. I love that. Salute. What's going on, Hog Boss? I see you in the building. Dallas going to be a strong team. Yes, Dallas is going. What they put together, I mean, they had 1,000,001 damn people. You know how many people they had in their camp? Man, that was like open gym season for them. God, dog. They had the pick of the litter. They had a number of bigs and a few guards, right? They brought in a few guards, but Lindsey Allen just ain't gonna be in that number. And Lindsey Allen gonna be fighting for a job again this season. Um, I hope Washington Mystics makes it to the playoffs. Um, Back to Washington. Like I said, Washington is young and hungry. You know what's going to determine if they make it, and it won't even be Betts. Betts is going to do her job. You know who it's going to determine? It's going to be determined based on Shakira Austin. Shakira Austin has to be the leader of this team. She has to be. This is on her head, and I'm saying it, and this is on her. She is going to have to lead her team. Enrique should go to Phoenix. Enrique should go to no Phoenix. Enrique is fine right where she at. I think that it's going to be fine, but they got enough guards that's interchangeable where they don't have to use Enrique as much, right? Enrique needs to be one of those players that she'll come in, she'll shine, and she'll get a couple minutes, and then she needs to sit her happy behind down, right? And when she shoot lights out, you keep her in there. When she goes in the dark, you got other guards in there. Zaya Cook is ready. She is ready this year. Next semester, Rakia was 5 of 18 in the last preseason game. Yes, she was. She was just throwing up shit. That's what I mean about being consistent, right? You could either be another CC and throw up 20, 30 shots and only make 5 or 10, or you can find a way to be consistent. Those numbers matter. And Rakia should know that. But if you're in a place that's just going to let you jack up a bunch of stuff just to save face, to help you get better, then go for it, right? It is what it is. I hope it works out well for good old Tyler Marsh, because if they can't give what they need, guess what? Tyler Marsh going to be out of a job mid-season too. Tyler Marsh going to be out of a job if he can't make something shake in that first half. And I ain't putting it. They could say what they want and say, oh, well, we got Skylar. Skylar's going to make it happen. Skylar should make it happen. But Skylar, if you didn't notice, last season was getting her ass burnt. Skylar was getting her cookies taken. So, again, every year, the players get faster and faster, and you have got to keep up. And if, in fact, they win more games than Chicago won last year, essentially they can call that a win. I don't know how if you don't make the playoffs, right? You can win enough to get yourself there, maybe. But you got some teams to beat out. Did you bring up enough vets to try to sneak in there and make the run you made when you won the title? That's the question, chat. Did they recruit enough players to be able to win enough to get to the playoffs? Because essentially that's what this team is about. And if this team doesn't make the playoffs, then what? Skylar never made any player, especially young players, better. Correct. If y'all think Dallas and Washington will make the playoffs, Seattle makes it too. Skylar Diggins became an all-star last year. Yeah, she became all-star last year. She sure did. Leads to 20 points. Okay. They're gonna bump heads in the locker room. Skylar gonna crash out. Hey, win dunk, Skylar crash out. But let old Jeff P say, I don't want to be fighting with Skylar Diggins every night. I don't want no parts of it. But you're gonna have parts of it. Answer this question, y'all. Answer this question. Okay, whatever they came up with, Skylar had something to do in that second preseason game they had against the Dream. Why didn't Skylar play? Do you really believe that was the truth? Or did you think that Skylar said, the shit we got right now, I ain't working with it. Find me some more players. I.e., right after that, they found some more players. So I'm just saying, tell me, am I right or am I wrong? Because after that first preseason game, and she saw that they were dumpster juice, Skylar said, you better get me some more players. What is this? What's going on, Terry Jackson? Welcome to the building. What's going on, Jeff B? Jeff P G6Z? Goon said, Seattle literally made the playoffs, and Gabby Williams was one shut off. Yeah, they made the playoffs. It was a will. That is Skylar's way. She's a year older. Doesn't mean her legs are a year younger. It doesn't mean that she still can't get it done. I think there's some pieces there, but remember, I think Stephanie White had a fantastic team in 2024. Dejanay Carrington was on that team. They made it to the playoffs, but they got bumped out. So what I mean, what do you think? Seattle has Flage. Yeah, we know she has Flage. Malunga. We talked a little bit about them, Hawkball. Sorry, you just coming in. We talked about Seattle. Of course, just teams to look out for that they don't seem or would possibly be in a number right now because they're young teams. Like I said, young, hungry teams is different. I mean, they look at Washington last year. They found a way to put themselves in a great position. They just didn't get over the hump. They were like a game away, right? But because they were so young, people expected them to be at the bottom. But of course, again, Chicago was at the bottom. Skylar Diggins and Sydney Taylor gonna be underrated. Okay, maybe they will. All right, let me get ready to. You ready to come up, MSL? Have I seen Sydney? Yeah, I've seen Sydney. I've seen Sydney. I watched her. Question is, are they gonna play her like they should? Boom. That's gonna be the question, right? That's gonna be the question. Gotcha, Michelle. That's gonna be the question. Dallas versus Dream championship game. If both top players stay healthy. I think some teams have, a lot of the teams have kind of vamped themselves to have a phenomenal roster, right? I know right now folks are like, oh yeah, Fever's done. No, Fever still got, when Boston come back, Boston is truly a difference maker. She helps create space for Mitchell. I think the problem is, you gotta space the floor. When players aren't spacing the floor, it's a problem. CC can't get nothing done. Mitchell having to do extra because she's trying to create shots where there aren't really any shots there. But she's quick enough. She turns the corner very sharply, so she's always able to create. We'll see. But HVL being picked up with the Suns, y'all tell me what you think about that, right? Martha Suarez being picked up. I'm glad she got picked up. There was a question, and I didn't get to listen to what it was with AZ Fudd. I think she had a question about the physicality of the W. She thought the W was more physical, right? So I got to go back and I got to look at that so I can keep my head on the swivel when that question is asked as to what I think about her and her comment on that. I don't remember that comment that she made because I didn't. They said she made a comment. I just hadn't looked at it. I was too busy watching these up and down trades. Also, you cannot forget Natasha Cloud is not. I mean, she's still as fast as can be, right? But she's a great defender. She is a great defender. So, I mean, I'm just saying. So, let's see. Well, hope her team loses. Oh, let's see. I don't know what that question about. So WNBA races. HVL getting a job over Deja Kelly. Confusing. Well, the question is, where's Deja Kelly? Was she on anybody's roster for a camp acknowledgement? Was she pulled? They have to be here. Haley Val already was on a team. She already had a contract. So Jeff P waived her knowing that he could probably find another team for her. So she's on a rookie contract. Yes, she could be waived. Could she not be picked up by anybody and be out of a job? Yeah, she can. But her performance that she gave in preseason basically afford her to get picked up. Now, Deja Kelly, on the other hand, if Deja Kelly again was not on anybody's camp contract, they're not gonna go just pick her. Is the question. I know that there's some trade talks with the Aces and some players. I don't know who they are. Y'all tell me who you think they are. All right. I just dropped the link. HVL can, right, hard boss. HVL can play PG. HVL will have an opportunity. I could see the improvement and the adjustment that she made from last season to preseason now. She made some good adjustments. But I like the fact that they can play her 2-1 versus 1-2. Hey, there you go. What's going on? What is going on? Let's get you in the building here. Let's see. There we go. Hey.
What's going on, Tony? What's going on? You can hear me?
MSL?
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm not sure if your computer froze or mine froze. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, I just pushed in the microphone a little better, so maybe that was it. How you doing, Tony? How did your test go? How did the weekend go? How did all that stuff go?
Man, look, I was the distinguished honor grad. Put it that way.
Wow, beautiful.
I went and I bust some heads.
So you got some good grades, huh?
Job, so hey, that's what I do. I wouldn't accept anything less.
Yeah, that's the way it should be, right?
Yes, I wouldn't accept anything less. I did a good job.
And that's why I come back to all this craziness.
Yeah, I go down for 4 days and I come out. Chaos everywhere. What is going on in the W? What is happening? I'm just like, oh my God. But again, I'm not surprised, MSL. I think we talked about the fact that HVL was probably going to be moved. So
Yeah,
would Maddie West Bell. And
yeah.
then just watching how he was reconstructing that whole team, I knew, and we talked about it a couple times. I knew that it was that whole team was going to be overhauled because it needed to be. Number one, it needed to be not so much as the rookies, but the rookies that he had, i.e., HVL and West Bell, needed to be someplace else
Where
where
she
they
could
can have an
actually do something.
opportunity. Exactly. So yeah, this whole debacle that Jeff and Sloop got going on, trying to save their necks, is something else. It's something
No,
else.
no, it is. It's crazy. It's like they're trying to throw ink on the wall or paint on the wall and hope it covers up for Angel not being there and being on Atlanta, because you know she's going to make noise in Atlanta. So they're trying to do stuff to try to protect themselves. But like you said, everything's going wrong. Sifka's going to Connecticut. You get rid of 4 players so you can sign Natasha Cloud. Nice player, but Natasha Cloud is a move that you make when you're a championship contending team and you need that piece.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why you have 5 or 4 30-plus-year-old guards on a team that at best
Ah,
will probably be a 6 or 7 seed and at worst could be an 11 seed.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think if they find themselves anywhere between 6 and 10, that I guess they feel like they've done just right, because their ultimate goal is to get to the playoffs. But what it kind of seems like what they're forming is they're trying to more or less form in a must win now
Right.
mentality. Maybe they
Yes.
sneak in there. I don't think so. You just have, let's break down the players, right? Let's go back,
Sure.
and I talked about it briefly. You got Rakia Jackson, who could be a really good 3. She could end
Right.
up being one of the best 3s in the league, but
Right.
she's inconsistent, right?
Correct.
She has to find the
Very up and down
consistency.
player.
Maybe this team will give it to her. I don't know. We'll find out. You have Skylar is always going to be Skylar. We are not going to accept anything less because she is who she is.
And she already let us know in the press conferences that she ain't gonna change.
She's not gonna change. So whoever she need to trip out on in the locker room, she gonna trip out on you. Y'all was worried about Lil Old Angel. Lil Old Angel is what she was, and all she asked for is for help, and y'all wouldn't give it to her, and y'all called that trouble, right? Skylar ain't giving you that. Skylar giving you the business because you're not performing. That's a difference.
And Tyler and Skylar don't have a team of lawyers and agents like Angel does that can negotiate quietly on the side. Skylar gonna tell you what she think at the moment.
Exactly, and dare you to do something about it. Because I mean, what else does she have to lose? She's had a luxurious career, right? So if she decides she doesn't want to fulfill the rest of her contract and have them buy out her contract, or she just want to retire, or she go ahead and go with flow till her contract is up, who knows? She might say, hell with it. Y'all just do what you will. I'm going to sit back and I'm just going to lose. But she's not. She's not that type of player, right? Then you go to Azare, to who's your money player. That's the money ball.
1.2 million, right? 1.2 million.
Yeah, that's the money ball. You really honestly think that Camila Cardoso is the franchise player when you made her the money ball? I don't think so.
You know what else is interesting about that, Tony, as you go down the list? If Tyler really does play the small ball and the stuff that they're talking about, then you can foresee a situation where Azare is playing the 5. And if Camila can't keep up, who's to say? There may be certain games or certain stretches where Camilla's not playing that much. I hope that doesn't happen. But if that's the case, then Azare, is going to have to earn that 1.2 million like boss woman Sloot said she would have to, right?
Exactly. Because, I mean, I don't know what game they were watching MSL, but I know the chat know, just like I know. And I'm sorry I haven't caught some of you all that just came in the building. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Hit the like button. but Angel ate them for lunch when she played them.
Yeah, De'Arica and Azare, both of them.
And even when Jackson went down there to help side, she ate their lunch. She ate their lunch in front of Candace Parker.
Mm-hmm. Because neither one of
came back a second game and ate their lunch again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know what's funny? Go ahead.
By herself, is what I said. By herself.
No, she had some great games. And when she got hurt or decided to stop playing, whatever it was, towards the end of the season, I think there were 1 or 2 more games against LA where she could have probably did even better, because going towards the end of the year, she was really balling out. And I think, she would have probably dropped a 30 spot on them at that point, because LA wasn't a very good defensive team.
Right. Exactly. They weren't. They're about offense, as you can see right now. And the chat has said it so eloquently, and I think I said it too. Rakia is about offense, and they want her to be like, I don't want to say like Angel, because I don't want people to get the impression that they got her to be Angel. She's not going to be Angel. She can't be Angel. She's a 3. Angel's a 4. There's different positions, right? But you're making her that stretch player that can play some 4, right? She's a 3-4. That can get down in there. They're looking for her to bring the ball up. She has a couple handles, yes, as well as to be expected. But even in, you watch her with LA, her 2 years with LA, she's an offensive, more of an offensive presence than anything else. Oh, my boy Brass, what's going on, Brass? What's going on, Brass? Welcome to the building. What's going on? Glad you in here.
Brass.
What's up, family? MSN.
What up, Brass?
What up? What up? What's up, my sister? So beautiful. So beautiful, Tony. What's up, my baby?
You know, it's so funny, Brass. I saw you and Tony on last week or the week before, whatever, and I said, God damn, they having a beautiful talk. I wish I could be on that. I wish I could be on that. God damn, they have a good talk. Because you put Brass on, and with that sonorous voice, everything just start rolling like a waterfall. And Tony was just eating it up. Tony was just eating it up. And I'm just like, damn. But I was busy at the time, so I couldn't chime in. But it's good. But it's good to be amongst your presence, Brass.
Hey man, likewise. You know, me and Pretty Tony, we clicked from the beginning, because you know we from the same era, and she's a very highly intelligent young lady. I consider myself above average, and I like talking to people with intelligence.
Right, and she got a sense of humor, which is good too.
And yes, exactly. We laugh, we talk ball. I mean, it's all smooth sailing, man.
Smooth like butter, baby.
Yeah. Hey, but look, I just got through listening to Showtime talk about what the Chicago Sky is doing, man. That organization is a shit show, bro.
Well, Tony was slowly leaning into it, because I don't know if you heard, or maybe you did, but they had the St. Chuck's Valentine's Day Massacre. Remember, they had the St. Valentine's Day Massacre in Chicago when all the mafias killed off all them people. Well, they repeated it in Chicago by knocking off like 4 signees in one day. Yes. And that was to sign a 34-year-old who's a great woman, great player. We all love Natasha, but you make that kind of move on a team that's about to win a championship, or maybe go to the second round of the playoffs. We don't even know if this team's going to make the playoffs, and the damn sure ain't going to win no championship.
Exactly.
And then
yes.
Right. And then you gave away 2 draft picks for to the draft, to the expansion teams. So people thought, oh, they want Kukabali. Oh, they want HVL. Oh, they want Maddie. You let them all go. And then Sifka, like the hits just keep coming. Did anyone see Sifka go to Kentucky?
Wow.
Kentucky. And then we have people. And then Tony, and then we have people saying that they've seen her play. They say, one, she's not on the senior team, she's on the junior team, and she has major suckage on the junior team. So she probably was like, well, I probably need to go to Kentucky. And then we hear she said, well, I wanted to play with Angel, I'm not coming to that sucker ass team. I'll just go to Kentucky. So like everything they do is like a major flop, but the Chicago media never talks about it. Annie Constable always come to the rescue. Julia Poe always writing some nonsense, and we got to keep talking about it until we embarrass them into oblivion, because that place is a disaster.
And MSL, they trade last year. They traded the 3rd pick in the draft where they could have got Sonia Citron for Ariel Atkins, who's also not there anymore. They traded, and she left in free agency and went to the LA Sparks.
And that was because Grandmama Sloot told her little butt boy / mini-me, Jeff P., well, I can't come, unless I have a veteran. And that veteran, as we all know, was Ariel Atkins, who she had played with in Europe. So she knew Ariel. So she said, Ariel, hey, why don't you come on down? And Ariel did. And then when she got hurt, she also got Uzan, who a lot of us think is a worse player in the WNBA, who she also knew from Europe. And I'm guessing that Sifka, she probably knew Sifka from Europe too, because it seems like everybody Jeff P picks is someone that's affiliated with Sloot somewhere in the universe.
And on top of that, I'm sorry, Pretty Tony. And on top of that, you signed 2 veterans who ain't even going to play because they're injured, and Dejanay Carrington and Azurá Stevens, who they said on social media, there's no timetable for Azurá. They said she's going to be evaluated within a few weeks, and then Dejanay Carrington ain't going to play. They don't even know.
And Brass, let's be real. Let's be real, Tony. For the type of money they're being paid to do nothing, they ain't in no rush to come back.
You ain't lying.
They ain't in no rush.
Guess what, MSL and Brass? I wouldn't either. I'll sit there, I'll mute that cow.
And Dejanay not coming back in no rush with her girl Angel, the way they treated her ass. Dejanay just gonna be like, you gonna pay me $800 or whatever they paying her? Shoot, I'm gonna take my sweet time. So yeah, it's crazy, man. And then we forgot the other hit. You give up a #1 pick for J.C. Sheldon.
Sheldon, who probably not going to play that much.
And Brass know her from Ohio. So what did you say, Brass? I'm not gonna say she wasn't good, but she wasn't 5th pick good. She wasn't being drafted in front of Angel good. I can tell you that.
No, I watched J.C. Sheldon since she was at AAU in middle school, because she's from Columbus, Ohio. She's from a suburb called Dublin. Dublin is where the Memorial Tournament is, where Tiger Woods and them play all. But anyway, that's where she was all Ohio, all American coming out of high school. Went to Ohio State, balled out at Ohio State. But even after I watched it, I said, there's no way in hell she's going to be a lottery pick. And sure enough, she was a lottery pick. I was like, nah, I know JC, my fellow Ohioan, but she ain't no damn top 5 pick.
They just did that to shit on Angel. That's all that was.
But no.
Jeff P, the #2 pick in that draft.
Jeff P wanted her. Jeff P did not want Camilla, and he did not want Angel. He wanted Rakia Jackson and J.C. Sheldon. Those are the 2 players he wanted.
Yeah, but Brass, let me just say this.
Teaspoon wanted Camilla and Angel.
Yeah,
but here's the problem with Jeff P. With all due respect, Brass, and I know you're about to say something, Tony. Jeff Teaspoon was hired first, and just like how James Wade was and other teams in WNBA was, she was playing coach / GM. So Jeff P was not involved in the selection process for those 2. So he could have wanted Michael Jordan, Akeem Olajuwon, and Karl Malone. It wasn't going to make a difference because, one, he wasn't in that position, and he's a stupid idiot, because I've said many, many, many times, if you watch that draft, everybody likes to talk about his reaction when Angel was selected, which I don't even pay attention to because he's an idiot. So I don't really psychoanalyze idiots. However, if you remember what he said after, he pretty much admitted on the air that he had no idea he was doing, and he was just happy that Teaspoon and her team selected them. He laughed and chuckled and basically was like, well, I don't really know much, but I'm glad that we selected these 2. So he admitted that he's an idiot, and that's how Sloot can manipulate him, because if they had a relationship before and he respects her, or the owner respects her, whatever the situation is, he don't know nothing. If you listen to his interviews, he don't know nothing. Remember when the press asked him during the press conferences, well, you haven't had much experience, so what are you going to do? And he was like, well, I know this person, I know that person. He never said, and that was probably Sloot, But he never said, this is the experience I have when they asked him that question. He's a nincompoop, but Chicago doesn't care. And the Chicago press doesn't care, but it's not going to stop us from calling him out. He's an idiot, Brass.
We're going to call him out and call him out and call him out. He's going to be so sick. He can't say it's Angel Reese fans anymore because we over someplace else.
Well, the thing is, all his 2025 picks are gone, right? They're gone.
Yep.
All of them.
They're gone.
Yep.
And the way he treated Angel, Brass, let's even say what you said was true. The way he treated Angel under any other professional team, he would have been fired because, as I always say, and tell me if I'm wrong, Brass, you've been around, and Tony, you've been around, teams all the time don't always agree 100% on people. However,
you still there?
Yo.
I think his mic. Push your mic back, MSL.
You know what? You know what? I must have tapped it. Where did you lose me? It was blocked.
When you were talking about general managers don't always agree with each other.
Thank you. Yeah, general managers don't always, or teams, the president, the general manager, the player development people, they don't always agree. So sometimes what will happen is one person will pick one person, the other person will pick someone, the other person will pick someone, but then whoever turns out great, they all take credit for it. You don't act like a spoiled brat and then diss the person who ended up being great, particularly if you see who was drafted before and who was drafted after. So what I said was, in any professional organization, Jeff P would be fired for the behavior that we say he's doing. Just because you don't like someone, even if that was true, you would still get fired, because who else you gonna have? Who else you gonna get? And this theory that he wants Rickea and JC, okay, Rickea you could almost see, but JC's a bust. So this is like some love-struck puppy dog who still has, whose loins are still longing for his long-lost love, but that long-lost love done turned into an 88-year-old hag. So, I mean, I don't even understand, all due respect, Tony, my bad, but she turned into a pumpkin, a chihuahua or something, because it's like, why you still want her? She's not going to help you. She's not going to help the team. Just move on. So you can tell that he's a petulant child that has no idea what he's doing. He should not have that job. But because Chicago is not a professional organization, no one cares. And because Angel was there, the media will just look the other way, because anything that shows that Chicago is an idiot box and doesn't know what they're doing, it just reinforces everything that Angel says.
Yeah. Yeah. And, the best thing that Jeff P has done since he was hired on the permanently at that position was to send Angel where she wanted to go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the best.
But I think the league, man, had something to do with that, Brass. What you think?
No, because there were teams lined up that wanted her. They allowed her. Because if it was left up to the league, from what HD said allegedly happened is that Adam Silverman got after Engelbert's ass and Chicago.
Well, that would be the league. The league got involved if Adam Silver got involved.
Hold up. Listen now. He got in their ass for the way that they were treating Angel. Adam Silver wanted her in Chicago because he saw the vision. He saw what I saw. He saw what So Pretty saw. He may see what you saw. Camilla and Angel being arguably in the future the best front court to ever play. That's the potential that they had because of their chemistry and of course Angel's popularity. She's still one of the top athletes in Chicago right now.
Right, they love her.
You know what I'm saying? So Adam Silver saw what could happen in Chicago because it's been a long time since Chicago has had a top athlete. I think their last one was Derrick Rose.
But let me tell you what happened, though, Brass. Here's what happened. If you remember, right? Angel, from when even before she came into the league, people like Fee, NECA, and other folks were communicating with her. And if you remember, they were the ones, when she was trying to decide should she stay, they said, come out the league. We need you. That's what Necker said. We need you. That's the first thing. The second thing was all these all-star games and stuff. Well, let's even before that, Kai Copper was already schooling her on Chicago and what was going on in Chicago. And also we know Gabby was, whether publicly in that tweet and probably privately. So when the first shoe dropped, when Teaspoon got fired, and I read the statement she said the other day. Let me read this to y'all because this girl knew exactly what she was doing. I should be able to find it. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. It was just crazy what she said. Okay, I got it. Listen to what Angel said. And if you guys know this, great. If you forgot, great. But this girl was not playing. And obviously it also illustrates what great a person Teaspoon was. But Angel said, sorry. Okay, here it is. Angel said, I'm heartbroken. I'm literally lost for words. Knowing that this woman meant to me at such a pivotal point in my life. She was the only person that believed in me, the one that trusted me. Many don't even know what it's like to be a Black woman in sports when nobody believes in you. You had a tough job. All the crazy circumstances that we went through this year, and when your back was against the wall, I mean, she's testifying for her right now. You always believed. I came to Chicago because of you. You were an unsung hero in my life. We built a relationship in a short amount of time that will last forever. You didn't deserve this, but I can't thank you enough. I love you, Teaspoon. Boom. So she already knew when it went down. And so every all-star game, every Unrivaled, every USA basketball, she was being solicited by the Phoenix Suns. That's why they kept posting stuff with Angel. She was being solicited by all these teams. And Paige, we saw it at Team USA. Paige thought she was going to Dallas. Yes. Because in that Paige video, Paige said she choked, she laughed, Tony. She chuckled and said, don't worry, we're going to be on the same team in a couple of weeks. But what Paige didn't know was Atlanta, when Ryan and Angel started clicking, they started clicking. It was like, hey, I'm available, baby. And Ryan was like, yeah. So she went to the upper management and they was like, word? Okay, let's talk about this. And because Angel, and it was the great decision, don't want to deal with Dallas. Dallas is good now because of the moves they made after they lost Angel. But before that, Atlanta was the right move to go. We could talk about that in a second. But basically what I'm saying is whether it was Angel's popularity, whether it was whatever nonsense that they're doing in Chicago, whether it was the George Lucas wife that wanted to buy the team, whether it was the John Major and the other minority owners who had all this dirt on the team, she obviously shook them down because her agent, after that half-game suspension, her agent walked into the practice and basically, from what we understand, she blew the place up. So she was on warning when Teaspoon got fired and she wanted to leave. However, when Tyler Marsh came, Tyler Marsh loved her. He was the first person she called. He said, we could do the point forward thing. We could do this. I love Angel. So I think that calmed her down. So in the beginning of the season, when Jeff went after her, when she had that surgery and didn't say anything, that was the first mark. And then when they suspended for a half game, that was it. If you remember, Tony, she took every single thing down associated with the Sky on the internet. So you knew she was gone. This ain't had nothing to do with them getting rid of her. She had already left Chicago in her mind because she took off her number, everything.
She left Chicago the minute they said suspension.
Correct. So let's not peddle this story about they got rid of her, because the last thing I'll say, Brass, to what you just said, the last thing I said, they put the damn All-Star game in there. They lied about the practice facility. They tried everything to keep this girl. They bought George Lucas' wife and George Lucas met her. They tried everything to keep Angel there. And she said, I am out.
The reason why MSL was they were trying because Adam Silver got after their ass. That's why they tried to patch it, because Adam Silver told them fools, y'all need to patch whatever shit that you think that y'all think y'all got between each other. You need to patch that shit up because y'all are fumbling the bag.
The bag. But guess what? Angel did not give a damn. And you know what, Brad? She was right. And I'll say this.
MSL, we know that. You know that. I know that. Pretty Tony know that. HD know that. and Showtime know that. Prince know that. We all know that.
Yep.
However,
know that.
Silver,
know that.
Whatever Adam Silver, I'm sure he knew that, but he still tried to give Chicago a chance to patch it up. Even probably in the back of his mind, he was like, this bridge is burnt down to never be rebuilt again. However, it didn't stop him from trying to tell Chicago, get your shit together and patch it up with Angel. Angel said, F you, hell no, I'm out of here.
Exactly.
Look, the moment she knew, 1 second, MSL, the moment she knew that she could get Atlanta, no.
She's gone.
Perfectly made situation for her.
Dallas definitely had her. Dallas definitely had her. But once Ryan Howard said, look, we got you. You ain't got nothing to worry about. We're going to open the floor for you. The minute they double team you, you kick it out. Guess what? We're giving it right back. They got a plan for her, right? Mm-hmm. And she needs to with a team, and although that Dallas, and I'm gonna say this, that Dallas, her and Paige playing together would have been beautiful. I still think that Dallas, in a sense, if they could not get just another big down there to actually play with Angel, because Angel is gonna do the work, right? Mm-hmm. But to do the little small intangibles while she have the heavy load. It at some point it would have still been one of those things where, well, I got Enrique, I got Paige, I got the 2 guards I need, I got Zaya, she have that, but it's something in me that says that they would have looked good, but I don't know. Dream, it's a definite, how she's gonna look, what she's gonna bring, what that team has. Because Dallas is rebuilding and was trying to find the key pieces, it makes it a little difficult to see the actual vision. You see it well with her and Paige playing together, which is something that we all want to see, right? However, Paige gonna have to come from Dallas to do that.
Not only that, but we don't know that UConn, that Gino coach, on how he's he may look at Angel and everybody else does, say, yeah, let's have a do this, do that, or Gino may make a phone call and be like, no, we got to bump up Paige and we got to bump up AZ. So you don't really know. So you're walking into a situation where Paige
that's
and
what this
AZ
guy want to do. Let him shake a tail feather. Right.
But if you go to Atlanta, you don't have to worry about that, because Semesco don't have a connection with none of these players outside of him playing with them last year. So for her, it's just 10 different situations that work for her. The way the team is constructed, the way Semesco runs his offense, what he said to her, hey, you can come and do your point forward thing. You can play all over the court. We'll have you shoot 3-pointers, etc. It's just a win-win. They're relatively young. Ryan is 26. Nas is 26. Angel just turned 24 today. Happy birthday, Angel.
Happy birthday,
she turned 24 today.
Happy birthday to you. Oh, my birthday was the other day, Brass. My birthday.
All right, Tony. Happy birthday, Tony. Happy birthday, Tony. Happy birthday.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brass. Go ahead.
What I was going to say is, you got to remember, Semesco, when he was at the
Gulf Coast.
The Gulf Coast, he coached against Maryland when they had Angel. He remembers her from way back then and had dreams of coaching her because she's perfect for his offense. And that's the thing. And plus, she plays defense. He doesn't have to teach her dog. He doesn't have to teach her motor. She has it.
Right.
And it's interesting that she says she's now 6'4", because she does look bigger on the court between last year and this year. When you look at her,
growing, y'all.
I've been saying that. So pretty tough. Well, she's an anomaly because according to statistics, by biologists or anthropologists or whatever you want to call it.
Should have stopped growing, right?
Females reach their peak size on average. Their full physical. Because remember, they physically mature quicker than boys.
Yeah, it's the men that usually grow later in life.
Yeah, between the ages of 15 and 18 is when females reach their full physical maturity.
And my sister's good for that because she was 5'3" since she was 12. Has never grown since.
Whereas with the males, they reach their full physical maturity at 25.
Yeah. Hers is like reversed.
But she's an anomaly, and she's what is classified in biology as a pituitary giant. Anytime you are above average as far as height, when you're like 6 foot, between 6 and 7 foot, when you're a female, you're considered a pituitary giant. She has produced a above average amount of growth hormone. Now, it's genetics because she said her grandfather.
You know I've watched because as a nutritionist.
Yeah. And she talked about,
I think Tony's micro.
Talked about how tall her family, and both boys and girls get their height
she
usually.
Have this much more to grow. She might be 6'5".
Yeah, no, she may be 6'5". Tony, I agree. She may grow to 6'5".
She's almost that now.
They're getting it from their dad because in the dad like 6'9".
Yes.
Yeah, he's a giant. I think he's 6'9", right?
Yes. Her brother is 6'9". Her grandfather, I think she said her grandfather's like 6'6", 6'7". And her mom, Angel,
6'1", right?
She's like 6'1", 6'2". So she's that's a big fact. Yeah, they big.
But since we said that, Brass, as we're talking about Chicago and Atlanta, we might as well throw this in there because I know you love talking about this. So here you got someone, Tony, that's 6'4", maybe 6'5", but let's just say 6'4", with long arms. For whatever reason, she's incredibly strong down low. That's what all the players say. She can jump out the gym to grab those rebounds and grab those jump balls. It's on her shot where she doesn't jump as high. I don't know why, but that's something we can talk about another day. But on jump balls and rebounds, and there's another thing I forgot.
Easy. I already know that. I mean, that's an easy fix. It's a 1, 2, 3. The young lady got a rod and a plate, right? She can jump out the gym. She can jump out the gym. But it's safe that she doesn't because of what's going on. So she doesn't jump as high. She learned after that injury to just give a little hop to everything that she does to potentially keep herself from injuring herself. Now that she's so used to it, it's just what she does. But when she has to get up, she gets up.
She does. And she's very fast.
Tony, because I've seen that girl jump out the gym when she has to.
Yep. If she don't have to, right? Yeah. If I can look, Brass, MSL, if I can beat you and barely jump off the floor, then why not?
Yep.
No. Yeah, like you said, yeah, she's adapted. She's adapted to that. And the fact that she's so strong, so fast, but she's 6'4". And what these clowns don't realize is you got a player that can post up centers down low, but at the same time, they can get a steal on the other end of the floor or block a shot on the other end of the floor, grab the ball, go up and down the court and score on the other end, or pass it to the open teammate. Like, people don't realize what you're dealing with here. And at the same time, get 12, 13, 14, 11 rebounds a game. I'm not sure if we've ever seen that in the WNBA because there's never been Tina Charles can grab 12 rebounds, but she can't do what Angel does. Now, obviously, she can do things that Angel doesn't do, but from the fact that because Angel is essentially a 3 because she's a slasher,
right? Who
rebounds like a 5, so they play her at the 4.
Yeah,
that's essentially what she is. She's a 3 that rebounds like a 5, so they play her at the 4, and she has the embodiment of each aspect of the game. She can do the guard stuff, and she could do the low post stuff. As a matter of fact, I always wonder when Atlanta does their practices, does, kind of like homeboy on Jacksonville this year, who wanted to play both sides of the ball. I almost wondered if did she do guard work, Brass and Tony, and did she do front court work as well? Like, oh man, I got to do that too. Okay, I'll do the guard drills too.
Yeah, you talking about Travis Hunter?
Yeah, Travis Hunter. Thank you. Because essentially she can do both, and the way they have the offense designed, because you mentioned HD thinks And not even HD, even Prince. And you know how tough Prince is. Prince feels in order for the team to excel, Angel should be the one with the ball in her hand and not Jordan Canada.
Right.
Hey,
yeah.
Time is gonna tell, right? Time is gonna tell because
Canada he's right. He's right.
He's absolutely right.
Zemesco said in so many words the same thing.
Yeah.
He's gonna let her play that forward.
You watched it all occur last year. You watched it occur all last year.
I loved how she played in that June-July stretch last year. It was beautiful.
Yeah, she was able to take over a game glance, right? You need a bucket? Let's go. We need to win. Nobody's doing nothing. I got you. Right. Yep. And those girls should have been freaking grateful. Instead, they were pissed because I didn't touch the ball. I didn't play. You happen to just play. Come on, man. I could say so much about last year's team, but I'm not going to. All of those players has moved on. Let's talk about the greatness of Angel and what she has moving forward, because guess what? The past is the past, and that is trash. The dumpster is trying to sop it up with a biscuit by bringing in 2 pieces with some gravy on some old ash mashed potatoes. So,
and going back to what you were saying, MSL, when she was at Maryland, that's one of the first things I noticed was how strong she is now.
Even when she was skinny, because she was skinny in Maryland.
She really put it on display at LSU, and I was saying, and Nneka Ogwumike noticed the same thing. She said in an interview about Angel, she said once she anchors down in the paint, it is almost impossible to move her.
Yeah, she can seal.
and because she's so strong. And I watch her when she, and like I said, MSL, and I've been watching the WNBA since its inception in 1997. And before that, because I grew up a
Miller fan,
a Tennessee fan, so I used to watch Tennessee. My first quote unquote idol in the women's game was Nikki McCray.
Wow. Nikki McCray, my favorite.
God rest her soul.
So much. Oh, I miss her so much.
God rest her soul, because I had a crush on her. But then I started watching them play, and I was like, boy, these girls out here balling. So I watched Dawn. When she was at Virginia. I watched. I didn't get to really see Cheryl Miller, but anyway, I've been watching.
I saw her raggedy ass.
I've been watching ever since then, and I'm telling you, and I keep telling, and people have heard me say this 1,000 trillion times. Angel Reese is the best rebounder the women's game has ever seen.
Yes.
She's the best. I'm going to say it again. She's the best rebounder I have ever seen. I think, and in my opinion, the best rebounder the women's game has ever seen. And I've also added this caveat. She's pound for pound the best rebounder the game of basketball has ever seen, minus Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain. I have never seen since Dennis Rodman.
But you know that weight they got listed for her brass ain't real, because you know women, they don't. She's 6'4". She's probably weighed 190, 200 pounds.
Since Moses Malone, I watched Moses Malone. I watched Charles Barkley in their prime. I watched all the rebounding greats from the 80s and 90s. Angel does not take a backseat to any of them because she's special. And the thing is, and you know, HD and Showtime, they don't like when I harp on it. But I'm from the old school where if you don't rebound, because Pat Summitt said it herself, no rebound.
Get rings. Pat Riley said the same thing.
I also grew up an LA Lakers fan. Pat Riley, Showtime Lakers. I grew up on that.
No rebounds, no rings.
He said, no rebounds, no championships. So I know the importance of rebounds. I don't know, and I be telling these CC fans be hating on Angel. Y'all may be making fun of her because of her rebounds and all that. But I want you to name me one coach that doesn't want a player that gets you 15 to 20 extra possessions every goddamn game. Point out the coach that does not want 15 to 20 extra possessions for his team per game. I'll wait.
Tony in the chat. Y'all remember one of the best sports or basketball commercials that they made in a long, long time? I'm gonna describe it to y'all to see if y'all remember. It was Moses Malone. Right, he was just at a backboard, right, tapping rebounds to himself, and I don't remember everything he said, but he was like, ever since I was a little boy, and he's just telling his story. He's like, grunting, making all this noise, and then at the end of the video, he goes, "Cause if you ain't got the ball, you can't shoot the ball." And then he starts breathing hard, Tony, like, it was like a great commercial, man. It was like, damn, like, whoa, yeah, because he was just like, he was doing his workout in the commercial, but he's talking, and, he's got the twang, because I think he was from Virginia. Yeah. He's got the twang, he's a workman-like player, and he was like, because if you ain't got the ball, you can't shoot the ball. And everybody, and then he just started breathing hard. And and that's the thing. And Malone, right? He was the best center, at his time. He won the MVP a few times, maybe 1, 2, or 3 times. I think he won it 3 times. And
Reddit, that's right, Reddit Milky Way. Not only that, Brass, Angel also locked down your greatest player. That is correct.
That's right.
Right. And the thing is where Angel is. The thing is where Angel is, she can rebound like that. But then, which is what you expect from a 5, like Tina Charles, but then she can also go out on the switch and guard your guard.
That's right.
Guard your wing, and then run down, get the rebound or block the shot, and then push the ball up the court and make a pinpoint pass to the wings on the perimeter without even looking.
And you know what else, MSL? I think Angel has the best hands in the WNBA. Her hands are incredible.
She's going to average 2 steals with Atlanta. With Atlanta because of the trapping that I saw them do. If they trap like that and do coverage like that, she's going to average 2 steals.
Yep.
Yeah, so I agree. She's going to average 2 steals. She's going to average probably.
Mittens. She have mittens for mitts.
She got mitts. You look at her off the court, she got those dainty, pretty little hands. They're not little, but for her,
they long.
They're proportionate with her body, for a female, but she got hands. She got wide receiver. She got NFL wide receiver hands.
Yeah. Yep.
She's in the
one hand.
No, Brass, think about it. Brass, think about it. That's probably one of the reasons why they hate her, because you got somebody who's super strong but still looks like a woman. They got hands. They got hands, like you said, NFL wide receiver hands, but they're still feminine. Yeah. And as far as her physique and her face, she doesn't look like she has an over amount of testosterone. She still looks like she got her estrogen, but she still got the speed, the leaping ability, and athletic ability and strength as some of the players who look more masculine. And that's probably one of the reasons why the haters. I think the players love her. But as far as the haters, they can't stand her because it's like, how you play this good, have all this physical ability, and then look this good.
Right.
Because she takes pride in herself, right? When you take pride in how you look, what you put on, because you know what? She believe in getting up, she believe in getting up and getting dressed.
And
some of us don't want it. Some of us don't want to get dressed when we get up.
Exactly. And if you look at that interview she did with Michelle Obama, her brother said the same thing. He said, "I ain't never grow up with no women like you." And Angel was like, "What you mean?" And he said,
"You know what he meant?
Somebody that's beautiful as you are, with everything my sister said about you, and could go out in the court and get you 15 and 20."
But but to go back to what you and Tony was saying, Brass, y'all were right, because when you go back and rewatch those games from 2025, Like the only thing we would argue is she didn't do it soon enough. Like she should have did it earlier. But whether it was against Minnesota, whether it was against Phoenix, whether it was against Golden State, like there was a point in the game where she took over and she's bouncing Fee down the middle. She's bouncing AT down the middle, and she's hook shotting them right over them in consecutive series, and they can't do a damn thing about it. Like, because she's just like, okay, give me the ball, and she would just take over. Because as y'all know, she was one of the best fourth quarter scorers in the WNBA. She was the top 2 scoring forward in isolation. AT was one, she was the other one, and they were both in the top 10. So regardless of what we want to say about Tyler's offense, when she was ready, she could just grab the ball and say, I'm taking you down low, I'm beating you off the dribble, or I'm pushing the ball in transition and drawing the foul.
I'm out. And you know what, Pretty Tony? One thing that convinced me of her future is either the first or second time she played against Asia.
She gave Asia the business.
She did, and that's the first time I ever saw a look on Asia's face like, what in the hell?
It was the second time when she was giving her a hard time getting the ball.
I described it like this, MSL. I was talking to HD. I said, HD. She took Asia to hell and drug her through hell and brought her back.
Yes, it did.
But even in the All-Star game in 2024, 2025, Asia was like, I don't want her guarding me. Can she guard somebody else? Because Asia was like, hey, this is an All-Star game. We just want to have some fun. But she knew that Angel was gonna give her the business. Yep. And when you know the funny thing, unless you watch her play, when people hear us talk like this, they go, y'all capping. Even Prince said we capping. But I watched the game that you're talking about, Ralph, and you're 100% right. That's the game when Becky started calling screens to get Asia open because she was being guarded so well that she couldn't get the ball. And if she scored 18 points that game, she scored like 10 of them or 8 of them when Angel wasn't guarding her, when Angel wasn't on the court, when she was getting her rest. But she was having a hard time. Now, that's not to say that it's going to happen all the time. We'll see, right? They play in the third game of the season on NBC.
Well, on that note, one thing about Asia is that if you get her once, you ain't gonna get her twice, because we talk about arguably the best player that's ever laced them up. Now, the next time she played Angel, she was mentally and spiritually ready for Angel.
Well, we gonna find out. We gonna find out early. We gonna find out early though, Brass, because Angel don't have Bree there. So it's going to be her probably guarding Asia on the third game of the season on NBC. So this could either be a coming out party for Angel, or this could be a you not ready exactly 100% yet, young lady, but you'll be there soon from Asia. We'll find out.
Almost there, because she's the one of all the post players in the WNBA. Angel guards her the toughest.
Yeah. She wears Asia out. Asia is like, damn it.
Asia knows that when Angel Reese is on the schedule, she's going to bring her lunch pail.
She got to bring it. Yeah, she got to bring it.
She's going to bring her lunch pail and her hard hat.
Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Yeah.
But I got a question to y'all though. Do y'all, when people ask me about Angel who don't know about her, I always describe, and one day I said this to HD Brass, and he tried to get all technical, and then I on another show he practically said the same thing that I said. So I just laughed. He didn't remember what I said, obviously, but he was just saying it in the context of Angel. But when people ask me about her, what I say she's a bigger, taller, more athletic, better scoring version of AT. Now AT at this stage does have a better handle as far as in the half court, because she can keep the ball with her all the time. And I think in Semesco's system, he doesn't want them to hold the ball all the time. So she'll have it. If she doesn't see anything in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dribbles, he'll probably want her to pass it to this point, but we'll see. And I'm just saying that just to be fair for those people say, oh my God, how can you say that? But I always say she'll either be a bigger, more athletic, better scoring version of AT, or she'll be an Asia-like. I didn't say Asia-like player with better passing. And here on this team, she now has a chance to go in either direction, or maybe she could be a mixture or a blend. The question I would ask both of you is, what do you want to see from Angel, or which version do you think she'll be? You think she'll be more in the AT type role, she'll be in the Asia type role, or you think she'll create her own thing or be her own thing?
AT.
She's gonna be she's gonna always have that style of AT, right? But she's gonna do her own thing. She's creating a narrative for herself, and that's what I love. Like this is the lane for her. She's taking a piece of everybody, like a Tina Charles, Asia Wilson,
Stewie.
Thomas, Stewie. She's taking bits and pieces of all of those ladies, and she's molding her own vision, right? Because when she is 6 years in the game, 5-6 years in the game, she wanted to be players coming in saying, "Oh, I'm coming in. I want to be like Angel." And we're not talking about just as a fan. We're talking about as a player. Like even Kiki Airfin loves the hell out of Angel. She loves how she's like, man, every time I turn around, this girl has got some new record. Like, what the hell? Right? And although they went hand to hand,
Kiki said that, Tony?
Yeah, she said that last year. Biggest day, they interviewed her. She was like, every time I turn around, she's like, I just don't understand how she gets all those rebounds. She's like, I'm getting up there, but I can't keep up with her.
Yeah, she got that. Yeah, she's more like a. Now listen, I'm gonna say this: she's not gonna ever be like Asia because they're different.
That's why I said Asia like.
Yeah. I wouldn't even do that because that Asia is Asia. There's not going to be another Asia in my opinion.
Right.
Well, Brad, let me just say this real quick. But when I say that, I agree. But when I say it in the context of she would work within, 5 to 13 feet of the basket and work in that area that Asia does, or will she be all over the court the way Semesco sees herself and the way AT would be?
But again, I don't want to put her in the Asia discussion because they're different styles of players. That's why I say that. Not that Angel won't ever be a all-time great or Hall of Famer in her own right the way she plays. But I'm just saying, as far as styles, it's different. Now, rebounding and playing defense, you could probably say similar. I think Asia will be the better rim protector as far as blocks.
Yeah.
Angel is a position defender more so than shot
blocker, right?
Yeah. Now she'll get some of that, but she's not a prolific shot blocker like an Asia is. But
she did average over 1 though last year. I think her rookie year she was less than 1, but she did average over 1 last year.
Shots, but not at the Raiders. You got to remember, Asia Wilson led the league in block shots for 3 years in a row.
Right.
So, she's more. Angel is so different, and this is what I tell people all the time. Angel is different. She's different. She plays different, and I think a lot of people are not used to the way she plays, so they kind of like hate on her. Some of them, or they underestimate, or they don't properly know what they're looking at.
They don't know, and they don't watch. They don't know and they don't watch. And I think, and we can get into this another day, the whole hit job that the WNBA did when she came in, as far as who and what she was. Because what I tell people all the time, Brass, and I'm piggybacking on what you're saying, I'm gonna let you continue. I always say, if you look at her game in the context of a point forward type player, then it all makes sense, because players who can handle the ball and get to the basket or get to their spots, and you know this, Brass, because you've been following ball for a long time, and you as well, Tony, they don't always have a great shot or they don't always need to shoot a lot because they feel, hey, I can get to wherever I want on the court. So that's not really an issue. So for her, she's 6'3", she's 6'4", but because she can always drive to the basket and get the foul or get the mismatch, something that's not talked about her a lot is the mismatch. And I know y'all have seen it during the season. When a big is on her, she takes them from up top and dribbles by them. When a guard is on her, she posts and seals them. And when she seals a guard, they are helpless. They can't do anything. When she seals a guard. So she's one of the best mismatch players in the league, but nobody talks about it. And that's part of the problem, right? They don't talk about her. She's got to earn everything she gets. When Asia won that MVP, that the last few years, she had to earn it. But at least she had that resume already. Angel, because she didn't sign the WNBA contract deal, because she's not with Nike, and because she has an independent manager who left one of the big firms just to manage Angel, she's got all these knocks against her, and that's where all the hate comes. It's an amalgamation of all the things that she has stacked against her. But off the court, she's still as big as ever because of who she is, and on the court, the players know who she is. The coaches know who she is. It's the hating ass media that's hooked up with ESPN and Nike and the WNBA that don't want to give her just desserts. And we don't need to talk about this now. If Tony does, that's fine. But just looking at that GM list that everybody keeps talking about, how is Angel the most impactful player this year, but then you don't have her as one of the top forwards and as an MVP candidate? It makes no goddamn sense. How could she be the most impactful because of that trade, but then you don't have her in any MVP or best forward talk? It's utter nonsense. They know, but what I will say is, if she balls out this year as we all expect her to, not only are they going to get rid of this CC train, but they're going to have to recognize, because if you looked at that list, they kind of hedge. They pulled away from a lot of the stuff they said about CC last year, but they didn't completely walk away from her. Her name was still hanging around in certain areas. So now they can pivot. If she does well, they can go back to the CC train. If they doesn't, they can eliminate her, and she's not going to get all the handouts she's getting now. And I think they'll slide Angel in there, because if this team beats their record from last year and Angel just puts up the stats she did last year plus more assists or better, you're gonna have to put her in the MVP conversation if they improve their record over last year.
Yeah, but back to what I was saying, I'm not talking about the agenda-driven haters. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people who don't dislike Angel, but at the same time aren't fully grasping what they're looking at. You see what I'm saying? Because she's so different and so unusual. And that's the reason why I don't want to mention her with age, because she's totally different. She does things different. She's different. The WNBA has never seen anything like this before. She's an anomaly. She's a what they call a unicorn. She's a unicorn, and because Angel, she gets her points off of just being out there hooping with that motor of hers, which is
she don't even need no plays.
She doesn't need to play. She's what I call a point manufacturer.
Yes.
She manufactures points. She doesn't shoot the ball at the moment you just look up, and because I think somebody recently said something. I think it was Alicia Gray, because I think when she was on the stage and
she called her a bucket.
And the reporter asked her what was it like playing against Angel, and they said he says she's a problem, but you think you being effective, and then you look up, this damn girl got 15 rebounds and 16 points. You're like, where the hell did that come from?
And she also said, and she's so strong. And she's so strong.
And she said, and the point I'm making is, she is a point manufacturer. She's a force multiplier, because all you have to do with Angel is be able to shoot, hustle, run the court, and she will find you.
She will get you the ball.
And if the defense converges on you, Angel will take it to the basket. She'll either get fouled or she'll make the layup and have opportunities at the rim. That's the simplest way you can break it down. But she does it different than anybody that has ever played this game, because of her size, her athleticism, her ball handling, her IQ, And
her IQ, man. She's got an IQ on offense and defense.
And her ability and her God-given ability to rebound the ball and to run the floor, and her vision. Because her instincts, she has basketball instincts, which helps her be the best women's rebounder has ever lived. And so Zemesco sees this, and unlike Chicago, he wants to take full advantage of it. And so does Ryan Howard. So does Alicia Gray. So does the rest of the veterans on that team. They want to play with somebody like that because she's going to make them better. Angel is a player that makes you better.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see Ryan. Go ahead, Brad. Sorry.
That's an attribute that Raven Johnson has that people don't talk about enough. She makes her teammates better. There's a reason why her and Angel get along so well. See, Angel has a pack mentality. She likes hanging with dogs.
That's it.
And she don't like
you when you soft.
She don't like when you soft. And that's why that's the reason why she played so passionately versus Caitlin Clark of Iowa that year, because she didn't like the way they clowned Raven.
She had treated Raven. And also what she did to HVL as well.
Yeah, but mostly Raven, because she loves her some Raven.
Yep.
She loves her, and not so much. Yeah, not so much because Caitlin didn't wave off AVL. She didn't embarrass HVL. Caitlin Clark embarrassed Raven, and Angel didn't like that shit. And that's the reason why she said what she said after the game, and that's why she clowned Caitlin after beating her ass, because you do that. Tony Yayo, not that wrestler. That's Tony Yayo's. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she was SEC strong, plus her relationship with Raven.
So because when she got dressed, she said, "I'm so proud of my Booski." Her and Raven are close, and the reason why they're close is because they both hoopers and they both dogs.
Yeah,
that's why that's what you call a kindred spirit with each other. That's why they're so close. But that dog, and that's Angel's motor, her dog with her physical abilities and her intelligence is why this girl is going to be she's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. She's going to be one of the top 15 to 20 players that's ever played the game.
But to answer your question, Brass, and I think you're right. I think part of the problem, Tony, and you can chime in with this, is that whatever Angel does, well, first of all, they tried to pigeonhole her with rebounding, and we know she's way more than that because, like you said, Brass, she is by far the best rebounder in the game. So, right, so they had to give her that. So what it seemed like they did was they said, okay, we'll give you rebounding because you're the best at it, but we're not going to give you anything else, which actually makes no sense because it ain't her fault. It ain't her fault that she's the best rebounder. So what happens is anything that she's noted to do well, in this case rebounding, the quote unquote hate brigade or maybe even the media, they just poo-poo it as if it's not important anymore. Kind of like double doubles. All of a sudden, double doubles aren't important when Angel does it, but any other player that gets a double double, the announcers are always quick to say double double, double double. When only 2 players last year averaged a double double. I think that was Asia, and I think that was Angel. So far in her career, MSL, she's the only WNBA player in the history of the game to average a double-double so far in her career. Right, and now it's going to get worse because you put her on Atlanta. It may not happen this year. Maybe it'll happen next year. Maybe it'll happen the third year. But she's going to be a triple-double threat because the other component...
I think it's cutting up.
Mine or yours?
Everybody still there? I think it cut them out.
Could be yours. So
there we go.
So the other component that people are not talking about is she had the most assists for a second-year forward in WNBA history. Because if you look back at AT's career, AT averaged two and change assists her second year. Angel averaged almost 4. And AT didn't start averaging the type of assists she's doing now until the last few years. So her her germination process, I'm not saying the word correctly, but her fermentation process took a lot longer than Angel's. So as Semesco, quote unquote, lets her loose in her third year, she may average 5 to 7 assists. We'll see. 5 to 7 assists. And if she does that and averages 16 to 19 points or 16 to 20 points with 12 rebounds and 5 to 7 assists, she has to be a strong MVP consideration, particularly if the team improves on their record for last year. Now, because Bree Jones is hurt and Angel also has to get in with the team, we don't know what's going to happen. If Bree Jones was there, you know, we could say, hey, maybe the team can have this record because Bree Jones could do all the dirty work and Angel could do what she does. But now Angel's got to do some of the dirty work as well because Bree Jones is not there. So we'll see. But if they end up with a better record than last year and Angel is putting up those type of stats, you have to consider. The other thing I would consider is what happens to Ryan Howard's field goal percentage, because quiet as kept, Ryan Howard shot 37% last year.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Gray shot, but it probably was low 40s, but I don't know. So if Angel comes and Ryan Howard now shoots 42% or 43% or 41%, then yeah, just like you said, Brass, she's getting them better shots.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only going to make them more dangerous.
Yeah.
Right.
And they talked about that on that interview with Semesco, if y'all saw it, right? Ryan said if they stupid enough to double her when we got all these shooters out here, and she said, but they double her. She said they double her, so she's like, hey, let her pass us the ball so we can shoot.
Yep. And the thing is, the key is going to be the development of Medina Olcott. If Medina Olcott continues to improve at the rate she's improving,
she'll be the center 2 years from now.
That's going to make Angel even more dangerous.
Right, because she don't have to go down there and wrestle with the Rhinos.
Mm-mm. Nope.
And she could just freelance.
Yep.
And yeah, so I think that's part of it. Part of it, Brass. I think they have now, rebounds are not important now when you're talking about kind of like the preseason, right? And I said this in your chat, Tony. I said all of a sudden, shooting percentage for the first time in WNBA history is important for preseason, but it's only when Angel's involved, because somebody threw out a stat that said Rakia was 5 for 14, which was worse than Angel, right? Which was worse because Angel was 5 for 11 in her preseason. Cam Brinks that Showtime talked about had a 0-point game, 4 turnovers, 5 fouls. And when I did the search, Tony, I searched in terrible preseason game Cam Brinks. I got no results. Straight up. That means nobody talked about it. Nobody wrote about it. No results. So when I typed in 0-point preseason game Cam Brinks, that's when it popped up and showed up. So nobody's talking about this stuff, right? Cece had a 2 for 10 game, her first preseason game, not an issue. Sabrina Ionescu shot 40% last year. If she would have shot 10 misses in a row when they played a preseason game, would anyone say? But all of a sudden, Brass, I see articles that actually say, oh, well, Angel Reese, she shot 3 for 7 her last game. As Semesco wants to make her a focal point in the offense, maybe he should wait. So now we're judging preseason games when and it's so funny because that game Ryan was 0 for. She didn't make a basket, and Alicia was a 2 for. So this is like the craziest thing I've ever seen. So what happens is it kind of affects people's minds. And even in this chat, T. Carmella had asked us what was Angel's field goal percentage last year. We said 45.8, 46%. And she said, wow, she thought it was lower. Rakia's was 42%. But this is what they do to us. They bombard us with this stuff so bad that they make you think that what she has is way worse than what it actually is. When in quiet as kept, De'Erica Hamby, who's a great player now, in her rookie season, she shot 37%.
Right.
But does anybody remember that? Does anyone talk about that? But when it comes to Barbie, the discussions are just not fair or copacetic or germane.
Hey, let me ask you and Pretty Tony a question. Y'all know Tina Thompson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the first ballot Hall of Famer, right?
Right.
Part of those Houston Comet Dynasty teams, right?
Right.
Part of the big three, right? Her, Cheryl Swoops, and Cynthia Cooper, right?
Right.
Yes.
You know her. You know what her field goal percentage was career?
No, but I'm going to take a guess and say 39 to 42%.
41.8.
There you go.
She's the first ballot Hall of Famer. Now, people attribute that to she took a lot of jump shots, but I watched her. Yeah, she had a jumper, but it wasn't that she wasn't efficient with it, and she also had post moves, so she could do both. But she's a first ballot Hall of Famer, considered one of the best power fours that ever played. She's one of the original fours, and I think she also played the power. She played the 4, and sometimes she would even play the 5. But she was one of the prototypes the WNBA now is loaded with, which is the 4 position. But she shot 41.8%. Sylvia Fowles has the best ever. I think she's in the 60s or something like that.
Right.
So, but she was a back to the basket post. She was your traditional big post, so she was always close to the basket. But I agree with you, MSL.
Yeah, that's just so.
I have never heard so much propaganda against rebounding and talking about field goal percent. Another propaganda piece is turnovers, because they don't like when you throw in their face that a certain young lady in this league broke the record. I mean, shattered the record held by AT. Nonetheless, held by AT. She not only did she break the record, she shattered the record. I mean, she completely obliterated it. But then they talk about but they don't want to talk about that.
Right. And I think the part that they don't understand is there's a difference between a dead ball turnover, a travel, you step out of bounds or something like that. You get a foul and they call that a turnover when it's a change of possession, versus getting ripped or making the wrong pass, bouncing it off your foot, getting ripped. And there are too many games in the fourth quarters when the game slowed down in the second half where she's making terrible mistakes. That's the difference. AT is not making those kind of mistakes. Angel is not making those kind of mistakes, but she does. And that's why, and if you ever want to trump someone that says she's the best point guard and all this stuff, ask them, so why is it every coach he's had in the WNBA, Christy Sides and Stephanie White, want to move her off ball?
Thank you.
Because if she was that good, why would they want to move her off ball? They're actually trying to reduce her responsibilities each coach.
Yep. Well, they're trying to make her a specialist, which is a 3-point shooter. And there's nothing wrong with that, because she would be better at doing that than being the lead guard, which is what they're going to give Raven. Raven is going to make her better.
Right. Well, that's the whole point, right? When you're talking about what the outstanding position and stance each of these players have on these teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just have to give it up, right?
Yeah.
So we already know who's going to do what at this point, especially when you have outstanding players.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to really engage because I see something kind of crazy in the chat, but I'll let my chat handle that, right? If you want to know what's going on in the whole conversation, come in the very beginning, but I wanted y'all to pause a second because I'm going to say this. Everybody, hit the like button. Hit the like button. We're going to pause until y'all hit the like button. Let's give them a few minutes, Brass and MSL. Let's give them a second to hit that like button. I got way too many people in here, and I don't have enough. I don't have enough thumbs up there. Y'all better put some thumbs up there. Put them up. Put them up. Raise them up. Raise them up.
Hit that like button.
There we go. We climbing. We climbing. We climbing. Keep it going. Keep it going. Hit the like button. Don't come in here and show your face and don't say hi. You say hi by hitting that like button. That's all we want. Hit it. There we go. Now we moving. Now we're cooking with grief. All right, guys, go back at it.
Yeah, hit that like button. It don't cost nothing. It ain't gonna take nothing out your check.
All right, it's free. It's free. It's free.
It's free. To show some love. You like what you hear? Yeah. Show some love, because we in here. We in here cooking. We in here cooking. Me, Tony, MSL in the kitchen, and we cooking up some. We cooking up some basketball shit for you to eat and consume.
Right.
It's delicious and it's good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Back to Raven.
Yes. Raven Johnson. You know, me and Prince have had our back and forth with that, and it's been healthy. He did a breakdown of her.
I think y'all won him over though.
Well, listen, I think it's a little bit overblown because he likes to troll.
That's true.
Right.
He likes to troll. He likes to troll South Carolina fans. I know what Prince thinks of Raven, because I was with him. I was on the live with him or whatever. Not live, but I was in the chat when he did a breakdown of Raven the year before she came out, because he did the breakdown a year before last when he thought that she was going to come out for the draft. He was doing his draft because he broke down her. He thought that Olivia Miles was coming out too, so he did a breakdown of her. And he did a breakdown of a few other players, but then she announced that she was returning for an extra year. So if you go to his page and look at that breakdown, it's a brilliant breakdown by him. And remember, we talk about a guy who played the position in college and he played professional overseas. So he has a very good perspective on the position. But Raven Johnson, in my opinion, it was just like what I said about Sanaya Rivers. When HD, Show, and all of them, we were talking about the draft last year. And we were talking about Sanaya Rivers because
y'all loved her.
I wanted Sanaya. I was the one who was really ringing the bell for it.
All right, fair enough.
HD's, he had his eye on Pow Pow and I don't know if it was Citron. I think he had mentioned somebody else, but he had his eye on Pow Pow, and of course he liked the Isaiah James and whatnot. Mine was Sanaya Rivers and Maddie Westbell, and
good choices.
I also liked Citron, but anyway. When I saw Sanaya Rivers, people were saying, well, she can't shoot. She can't. I said, I'm not worried about her offense because she can play defense. I'm from the era where defense is very important that wins championships, both football and basketball. So, and then lo and behold, she gets drafted high in the draft in the top. I think she went top 5 in the lottery. And now look at her. She's balling. Well, it's the same thing I said about Raven. Now, I didn't think Raven would be top 5, but I didn't think that she should have dropped as low because I liked her better than most because her intangibles, her IQ, her winner's mentality. She got a dog in her. Her superior defense, her motor. Her ability to get the ball to the right player at the right time, on time. And to me, that's what a point guard is. I'm not concerned too much about her 3-point shooting and whatever, because she's going to develop that because she no longer has to go to class. She doesn't have to go to study hall. She doesn't have to see the academic professors. She doesn't have to see the academic advisors. It's 24/7 basketball. It's sleep, eat basketball. Sleep, eat basketball every day for her.
But the question I have for both of y'all, and I'm interrupting Brass for a reason, because this is the elephant in the room. Because you got people like Mama Sess who's terrified. I'm not, but you got people like Mama Sess who's terrified. But the question is, last year it was purportedly whether Stephanie White benched her or CC had a tantrum and she sat because Stephanie White wanted her to play the way she wants her to play. This has been revisited this year. And it's funny, Tony, we laughed last week or the week before about her making a comment about she's the point guard, where she doubled down brass and said, I am going to always be the primary ball handler on this team. Now that sounds like some fighting words there, because does she have a horoscope? Does she have a crystal ball to the next 10 years? Like she said, I'm always. Now, of course, she heard the footsteps of Raven. She heard the footsteps of Stephanie White and the ghost of Christy Sides coming up on her, because like, who says that? Now, of course, the media ignored it. She wasn't killed. She wasn't, raked over the coals for it, because the thing was right. Because that's crazy. But saying all that, based off what we saw last year and how well the team did without her, what do you guys think as far as, is Raven going to thrive in this system, or will Stephanie White feel forced to bench her, or is Stephanie White going to say, hell no, if we got to sit this little cow-faced girl or this little horse-faced girl, we going to do it?
Listen, let me give you a little background. And Pretty Tony, you can back me up again. Yeah. I watched the WNBA since its inception in 1997. Okay? One of the teams back then, Pretty Tony, was the Charlotte Sting. Remember the Charlotte Sting?
Yep, Charlotte Stings, yes.
Okay, do you remember who the top two players on that team was at the time?
Come on,
Dawn Staley and who else?
Stephanie White. Exactly, Dawn.
Stephanie White.
But she loved her black woman and she married to one.
Thank you.
Before you get too deep in that, people like to spill their little nonsense, right? And I talked about it before you came on, Brass, about Stephanie White and her decision making for her team and her players, right?
Yes.
The narrative for Stephanie White isn't a baseline. Stephanie White has had elite players on her team. She has made players better, right?
And she got 18 jobs, so she don't care about losing this one.
All right. This here is no different from any other team that she ever coached, and it doesn't matter what your name is. You're going to play the way she wants you to play. It is what it is. If you can't play within her system and you call for her head like folks did already, they wanted her fired and all of this other BS because CC has to touch the ball every time. No, CC is a player just like everybody else. Your most dominant player on that team touched the ball last year and did phenomenal and took the team to the playoffs. Deep in the playoffs. Deep in the playoffs. And it is what it is, right? All of this narrative, just like I whipped my hair back and forth. She hit herself in the face and said that Nigerian hit her in the face. Come on, man. We got to stop this nonsense. Let's get in basketball. We ain't Lil Willow, and we ain't whipping our hair back and forth and blaming it on somebody else. Play the game the way you know how it is, and then you don't have nothing to worry about, and neither do your fans, right? Because if you play that game silently and you not looking for a handout, because when you're whining, you're looking for a handout. You want this conversation? Here's this conversation. Right?
One of the reasons why they wanted to shift.
Get your act together and play the game like you know how. We're not Willow.
One of the reasons why they wanted to shift her was because Stephanie White wants to play through KM in Boston, not through Clark. But she seems to have a problem with that because whether she can't or whether she doesn't want to, and since we're on this subject, let's interject for when people ask about Angel, especially in comparison to Clark, even though they don't play the same position. And I've said this before, Brad, so I'll say it to you. If you look at Angel's first year to her second year, she played a completely different game her second year than she did her first year because it was required and or her coach asked for it, and she did it with aplomb. Now, Semesco, if you listen to Semesco, he wants to even give her more responsibility in regards to what she did last year with Chicago. So Angels coaches are giving her more to do, or what you call brass, giving you something that you're not used to or afraid of, whichever term you use, for that player to excel. But if you look at Clark, her coaches keep trying to reduce her responsibilities, which means that you're not excelling in this league, no matter what ESPN tells us. You're not excelling in this league. You're not adapting. I'll say it again. You're not excelling. You're not learning in this league, because if you were, your coaches would give you more responsibility, more challenges, and more things to do. But since she's been in the league, every single one of her coaches has tried to reduce her responsibilities. So how can you be an MVP candidate? How can you be first team All NBA when your coaches keep trying to reduce the role that you have now? So how can you be the best point guard when your coaches don't even want you to be a point guard?
Facts. And the thing, and going back to what I was saying about Raven and giving that background of Stephanie White, you got to remember. And Tony and MSL, you know, Stephanie, like you said earlier, she got like 13 jobs. One of those jobs.
Yeah, every network, Stephanie White is one of the hosts, Brass. Like every TV network, I hear her. CBS, ESPN, whatever.
Go ahead, Brass.
Let me finish. One of those jobs was to do the games in the SEC. So she saw a whole lot of Raven last year. And the year before that. And Stephanie and Dawn are still close. So she probably had her eye on Raven for a long time. Matter of fact, I already know she did. So she knows Raven probably better than Raven knows herself, because those coaches who scout players, they ask questions. And and she shows up to practice. When they do the games and the analysts and the play-by-play, they go and interview the coaches because they got to prepare for the broadcast.
Absolutely.
So I know Stephanie White.
That's a good point.
I know Stephanie White was in her ear asking Dawn 1,000 questions about Raven. What makes her tick? Why do you say that you'll miss her more than any other point guard that you've ever had, including Alicia Gray? Why is that? What is it about her that kept? Because a lot of ways, Raven plays just like Dawn. Because I remember Dawn. Dawn was more prolific. Dawn was a cross between Mylasia Ford-Wiley and Raven Johnson. Yes. Because she had that flash like Mylasia, but she was smart and heady and a defensive dog like Raven. So what Raven brings to the table is a perfect match for that Indiana team. Because when she got drafted to Indiana, I didn't have an emotional reaction like a lot of our people have because of you know who and how much we resent her fans and resent the KKK they have following her. So, but I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it. That's a smart ass pick because Raven she's going to make Kelsey.
Tell us how you really feel, Brass.
She's gonna make Kelsey Mitchell better. She's gonna make Aaliyah Boston better. She's gonna make Ty Harris better. She's gonna even make CeCe better. If CeCe doesn't push back on Stephanie White, wanting her to have less responsibility to be more of a specialist. Because the thing is, her lack of defense and her lack of ball handling and being limited offensively, despite the perception of her logo 3-point shooting, which is terrible. But she doesn't play any defense. And if you really want to get into Stephanie White's doghouse, don't play defense, because if you don't play, she will be bothered by you. And I think that's another reason why they jumped up with that pick once it came to number 10 and Raven was still available, because the ownership, Stephanie, all of them, they were shocked that she was sitting there. But it goes back to that survey, MSL and So Pretty Tony. When you look at that survey, either these GMs are stupid or they just want attention. They want rage bait response. It's got to be one of the two for some of those decisions they made. And they don't, like you said, they don't have Angel anywhere on the list. So they're either stupid or they're trying to rage bait. It's one of the two.
But like, regarding Indiana,
I think it's only list she care about being on is that defensive specialist. That's it. She don't give a thing about no other list. I'm excited to watch her this season. I'm excited to watch Raven. I'm excited to watch my girl Olivia Miles, and I am gonna have a ball watching.
Don't forget Fly J.
I gotta watch. Oh yeah, we definitely not gonna forget Flo. We can't forget the Flo. That's one thing we can't reduce to the Flo. Hey, we can't forget her. I'm about to see walk up in here. Hold on. Yeah, we can't forget the Flo. And I'm gonna just be honest. I want to watch the big girl too from overseas. No, not Bets.
I'm
gonna watch Bets. Yeah, I want to watch our fam. I want to see how our fam comes into the league and fills the shoes of what we saw her do on her Olympic team. So,
and will she pull Malanga with her as she does play well? Because so far Malanga just looks like a babe in the woods.
I think Malanga, she had a pretty decent Unrivaled. If she can keep on that,
she played better on Unrivaled than she did in the league. I can agree with that.
If she can pull what she did there into the league this season and continuously grow, I think the sky's the limit for her. So I can't wait to see what her end all end up being for her.
But I got a real battle for y'all.
Go ahead.
Who, unless they're going to play together, who is going to come out of the rubble in Connecticut? Is it going to be former bust Aaliyah Edwards, who kind of revived herself in Unrivaled, even though she had done it in previous years when she still didn't do well in the WNBA, or is Anissa Morrow going to snatch that chain?
Anissa Morrow snatch that chain. Yeah.
That's a simple answer. Morrow.
Morrow.
Because in that game she scored 21, unless I'm mistaken, and I didn't see the whole game or fell asleep. But didn't it appear like Edwards started that game?
Edwards did start the game.
Yeah.
Edwards did start the game. Morrow came off the bench.
But y'all don't care when the games count. Morrow's
like
gonna ball
she
out.
Don't care. She just want to play. She said, "You ain't got to start out." Morrow is that assassin that you just don't know when she gonna strike. When she comes to the game, you just don't know. She strikes you at different corners of the floor. She got the midi game. She has that bank shot, and she can push you down underneath that block. So she got so much going for her. Those are areas of Edwards' game that she's gonna have to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
She's a beast. She's a beast down there. But for the different looks that Morrow can give you from her position, hey.
But
it's a no-brainer.
Right, but that's what goes back to what Brass was saying about the old school. Because Morrow, for whatever reason, wasn't celebrated like that, and her mentality, obviously, she's putting the work in. But when we look at people like Cameron Brinks, when we look at people like Cece, when we look at people like JC Sheldon, when we look at people like Aaliyah Edwards, like either the talent's not there, the mentality's not there, or you're not putting in the work. And obviously with some of them, it's one or two or all three. But someone like Anissa Morrow, who people are not capping for her like that, along with her mentality, she's there working on her game. But a lot of these people who get all this early adulation, it doesn't seem like they are. And it's people like Anissa Morrow, that's going to snatch that chain.
Yep.
Yeah, but Anissa, she's a lot like Angel in that she's a dog. She has a high motor. She plays with ferocity, and she's nasty.
And she wants to be.
Most of the time she's like that. I watch her. She's like that all the time. She just has to brush up on her fundamental skills, and she has to take her game to another level, because she can't do the same thing and be limited like she was limited to the same thing she was doing with LSU, because college is different from the WNBA. Yeah. So she has to develop a shot. She has to have a consistent midi, consistent 3-point shoot. She has to be a threat from the perimeter because she's undersized.
Right.
She reminds me of Cody McMahon. Her and Cody McMahon are like mirrors of each other. That stocky bowling ball type player. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's crazy, man.
They're like freight trains when they come down the court.
That's a freight bus.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Cody looked like a female Charles Barkley, man, when she be going up the court.
Yeah, man, and that's Anissa Morrow. Anissa Morrow is like the female version of Charles Barkley because she's a tremendous rebounder. Because remember, when her and Angel were together, they were the best rebounding duo in the country.
Right.
Too. So,
and I think she led the league when Angel left.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know that she's Aaliyah Edwards. I don't know, man. She
don't got that dog. She don't got that dog.
Yeah, and it's the same with Malanga though. I don't see no dog in Malanga. And if she do got dog in her, it's like Tiago.
And you know it's funny because
Angel's little puppy.
I see. I won't go there. But you know it's funny. It's funny you say that because all of the great players that Angel interacts with, that's like part of her clique. Yeah. I guess it's something the women have. They can sense it because Ryan, you saw her and Ryan talk about that when they were together. Like Ryan said she got to calm Angel down and Angel said she got to calm Ryan down. And that's the thing that they'll do. But when you look at Jackie O, dog. You look at Chelsea, dog. You look at Ka Kappa, dog. And that was her crew in Team USA. Those four hung out. And then you talk about Fee, dog, even though some people got some issues with Fee. But it's like all the people she interact with are dogs, and they know that. And that's what separates the great player from the good player, because no matter what your skill is, if you don't want to dominate, if you don't want to take over, if you don't work up to the challenge of that player that is great, and you say, I'll guard them, I'll check them, or I'll bust up on them, then you're not going to be great. And a lot of people, when the lights come on and when the bullets start flying, they duck.
Yeah.
But
every time
those dogs, they not ducking from the fire. So to your argument, Brass, what a lot of people don't know is Angel, even from her rookie year, is one of the best scorers in the WNBA. You remember that game in Indiana when Alyssa Smith was guarding her and she just went into the post and they didn't double or triple her and she was busting Alyssa Smith's ass. I think she scored like 8 or 10 points in the fourth quarter.
There's something about Alyssa Smith that when Angel go up against her, she sees chicken McNuggets.
I don't know, man.
It's just like I'm about to eat you, Alyssa. You ain't like that, baby. I'm about to eat your ass alive.
But like Tony said though, same thing with De'Arica and that whole crew, because in the LA game she scored like 10 points in the fourth quarter, and De'Arica couldn't stop her. She was a chicken McNugget as well.
Yeah, barbecue chicken. like Shaq said, barbecue chicken.
And she was licking her fingers afterwards.
Yeah, literally, yes.
Now the thing I did like was Semesco said, let's see what happens. If y'all remember, Angel kept saying, or he was saying, or Angel was referencing him, that he was saying, hey, you're going to be so happy playing for me because you work so hard in Chicago. My job is to get you easy shots or easier shots. And that was so funny because that was the biggest argument with Chicago fans and Angel fans when she played in Chicago, was like, hey, how come you're not running any plays for her? How come you're not setting her up well? How come you're not this? Teaspoon ran more plays for Angel her rookie season, because if Angel was hot, she ran her plays. If Kennedy was hot, she ran Kennedy plays. If Mabry was hot, she ran plays for Mabry. That's if Camilla was hot, she did it for Camilla. That's what Teaspoon was doing, and Teaspoon was a rookie head coach in the WNBA, and she knew that. But we're not going to trash Tyler Marsh today. But Semesco was saying, we want you to get easier shots.
Well, Teresa Weatherspoon, she's the one. She's like Lisa Leslie in that. She's old school. Whoever the hot hand is.
But she's another one with dogs. She got some serious dogs.
Yeah. You being from New York, you should know it very well.
Yeah. She was a great, tough, hard-nosed, defensive smart guard, and she's got so much respect in the league that as a player, as another coach, if she come up on you and tell you this is what I want or this is what's going on, you gonna believe her. You're gonna believe her. And we already talked about the players that she's affected and how they just guffaw. And I mean, it's an amazing thing. And like I said, I don't want to trash Tyler Marsh, but obviously he does not command the respect of his players the way Teaspoon did. Yeah. He just doesn't. And that's
Angel is one of those players, MSL and Brass. She's one of the players that she want to hate you as a coach. Coach her hard so she can hate you, but she loves everything about you. That's
because she's willing to put her body on the line for the coach to get everything out of her.
Exactly. Because if you coach her like that and make her hate you, you're getting the best out of her.
Yeah. And you know, on top of that, Teaspoon loves on her players.
Yep.
And that really touched Angel because she instilled confidence in Angel and let Angel know you don't take a back seat to nobody in this league. You're special. And she coached her hard, but she also loved on her hard. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that makes them close because, like Angel said when she had her on her podcast, we family for life. I will always love you. If I need something, I'm going to call my Teaspoon because that's like her auntie. That's like her other mother. You see what I'm saying?
I think part of it also.
They talk every day. She said they talk every day.
They talk every day.
I also think part of it, Brass and Tony, was I'm guessing she probably also knew that Teaspoon was a woman of her word and she could trust her, and that's big with Angel. That's big.
Real big with Angel's trust and honesty and loyalty. Yep.
Because Teaspoon seems like she ain't no joke.
Angel does not like counterfeit fake.
No, Brass. I'm gonna tell you, I'm a Taurus, so I know exactly what
that bull, right?
My mom is not
like. We can't take it. Look, if you show me your hand one time, you ain't got to worry about me again.
Yep.
It's F you and the horse you rode in on. It is what it is, and it ain't no coming back. I'm telling you, man. My family be like, "Come on, Tony, come." I'm like, "Nope."
Exactly.
I said what I said. I mean what I mean. That's what it is.
Exactly.
So it's real, Tony. It's real. It ain't no joke.
Yeah, it ain't real. It ain't no joke. Ain't no joke.
Yeah. You see how Angel is with big folks. She don't mess with her no more.
She'll talk. She'll speak to her in public or whatever she's got to do. But outside of that, anything that's not business related,
she ain't messing with Ariel Atkins no more.
And didn't Quita have a video of Bannon? Didn't Quita have a video of Bannon trying to slide up under her, and Angel was not looking at her?
Yeah, Angel was like, eh.
Same thing with Kalani, right?
Yeah.
After Kalani did that Phoenix game, they all had to set a court, and Angel not even look. And Kalani's like begging for her to look at her.
Yeah, they even went up to her trying to cop a plea. Angel was like, no.
Hear that.
And you know, in fairness,
we look at people, we see you, but we don't see you. It's like we don't see you. We could be staring you right in the eye, and you know what, Brass? We don't see you like you're. It's like nothing.
And apparently, it took Teaspoon to broker that thing with Kennedy Carter and Angel.
No. Let's touch that just for a second, right? That situation happened, and Angel is one of those. Angel will walk away. She loved when she loved you. She loved hard, right? She has care for you, so she'll be mad for a second, but she will talk to Kennedy. But the thing was, right? Hey, Teaspoon wanted to happen right then and there. Angel's like, give me time. No, Teaspoon said, you make this shit right now. She ain't hearing that. So, you know, it is what it is. And I love that about Teaspoon because when like she said, she's the same way. And I don't know what her sign is, but when she genuinely cares for you, she loves you, she supports you, she want to make sure everybody is getting along no matter what's going on. She was like that with every single player in Unrivaled. Look what she did for BG, right?
Yeah.
Dearica Hamby. She know what Dearica Hamby went through the year before, and then she had Dearica Hamby on her team. Just like different things like that. She poured into her players, and you want coaches that will pour into you. The coach gonna get in your butt when she need to. She gonna tell you when your shit stink, and don't care how you like it. Guess what? But at the end of the day, I love you though, right? That's all it is. I love you.
Yeah,
but this I mean what I mean. Yeah, and you just have some players, and not to bring up old crazy Dana Evans and those guys, they couldn't accept that, right? It was like, oh, she's showing favoritism. It wasn't favoritism. Y'all got a rookie that y'all should have been pouring into that y'all didn't pour into, and that's a problem, right? Because Teaspoon should have had to do less when it came to that.
No,
because you're the rookies. I mean, y'all were the veterans, and you didn't do that. So jealousy is a mug, right?
Right. And Brass asked this question earlier. So since you said that, Tony, I got to add another one to the list. So now all of it, well, before I say that, in women's basketball, let's just call a spade and be real. There's always some sort of locker room thing going on. That ain't nothing. It's just par for the course. Just like how you got a lot of championship teams that don't get along, but they still win a championship. Or if a team was to tell you everything that went on in the locker room, most average fans would be shocked, but most real fans would not be, because they would be used to it. So all of a sudden now, Angel is a problem in LSU, though she ain't do nothing, though Kateri apparently knocked out Flage or whatever went on, or because the two mamas, had that disagreement because Flage's mom wanted her daughter to be bigger than Angel, which she was never going to be, especially at LSU. Whatever, it was stuff that Angel really had nothing to do with. And then when you come here to Chicago, like you said, Brass, Teaspoon made the right call. She said, I'm going to start Kennedy, though that came a little later. I'm going to start Angel right off the bat. I'm going to play Mabry. And these people was butthurt that they didn't get time. This had nothing to do with anything bad Angel did, but because Dana Evans complained, because Izzy complained, and because Mabry left, though she never had a bad word for Angel, all of these crazy people you was talking about, Brass, they get on the internet and start rumors, and then it gets in this dumb articles and stuff like that saying, oh, Angel. They always want to throw her name out there, but Angel had nothing to do with that stuff in 24 except her play that got her on the court. That's it. And Teaspoon made the right call.
That they're angry about because they didn't expect her to be that good. Also,
that's all it is.
Also, when Kyle Copper left to go to Phoenix, Dana Evans was led to believe that Chicago would be her team because
with Kennedy Carter there.
Well, this was before Kennedy Carter, because remember, Kennedy Carter didn't get on the team until they hired Teaspoon. But going back to Dana Evans is from Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana is practically Chicago.
Right.
So Dana was led to believe that would be her team. When Teaspoon drafted Camilla and Angel, keep in mind, a lot of the pundits out there were questioning whether Angel's ridiculously, I thought it was ridiculous that they questioned it. Will her skill set translate to the WNBA play? A lot of people, not a lot, but a few people thought that Angel wouldn't even make it out of training camp, that she would be cut.
Kind of crazy.
Not only did she not get cut, she beat out
which was crazy shit.
She beat out Izzy. She was better than Erica, or was her name Erica Williams?
Elizabeth
Williams. Better than Elizabeth Williams, and one of the best players on the team, period, in training camp. So, and then came Kennedy Carter. Well, Kennedy Carter was there by the time training camp started. Kennedy Carter comes in there. Remember, she came off the bench first. I think Lindsey Allen was penciled in as the starter at the point guard position, and Dana was relegated. And I think that rubbed and Dana the wrong way.
Absolutely.
And also the ascendance of Angel being the number one superstar in Chicago, not Dana Evans. Dana Evans thought that would be her because she's a champion. She won a ring with Chicago, and when Kyle Copper left, she thought it was going to be her team. Local girl done good. Okay, she went to Louisville, but she's from Gary, and
you don't always have the fairy tale endings, though, Brass.
Thank you. And that rubbed her the wrong way. And Teaspoon, she felt that Teaspoon should be catering to the veterans, not Camilla and Angel. And so that's at the root of the issues on that team. And that's
let's take it one step farther, Brass, because this is part of the lore of the quote unquote so-called haters we were talking about earlier. So what happened was, when Angel started balling out, whether it was done on purpose or whether it was just a collective that people started repeating, all of a sudden now, in order to take away from Angel's success, they were saying that Teaspoon was force feeding Angel to get double records, and that's why Dana and Izzy and these so-called people allegedly hated Teaspoon because she was giving a. So they were just writers just making up stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's terrible. And it may not work with this team because you can't repeat the same lie twice. But if she goes and balls out with Atlanta, what are they going to say? Semesco is trying to make her a star. She's really not a star. Like what are they going to say? But this is what they said. This is what they said. So then under Tyler Marsh, they just said nothing, right? They just went quiet with Tyler Marsh. Says, okay, we can't say nothing because she's doing even better this year with a different coach. But with Teaspoon, they said Teaspoon was force feeding her the ball so she could have double records.
Stop patting. Yeah, when she went on that tear under Marsh, and what was that, like May, June or something? Or June?
June, May and June.
July, when she had that triple double, and then she was just on a monster tear, and that's when and that goes back to what you said earlier about Marsh telling Angel, say, look, I know you're point forward, so we're gonna roll with that, and that's exactly what they roll with, and that's why she put up all them numbers. And you got to think she put those numbers up with teammates like Rachel Banham and Kia Nurse.
With trash, just said with trash.
Not only with trash, but if you remember,
with dumpster juice.
But if you remember, Courtney was making her calls apparently, and there were games when he had Uzan and Banham playing the point, and it wasn't until the third or late in the third quarter, fourth quarter, where Angel just said screw it and just started bringing the ball up the court herself and going to work, because she could have had maybe 5, 6, 7 assists if Uzan, who was terrible, and Bannon, who was terrible, was also playing the point. Let's not forget that.
Yeah. And Camilla was having a damn time of her life because the only person that would get her the ball consistently was Angel. Because Angel was the one that put the battery in Camilla's back, because she told Camilla, I'm getting you the ball. You better do something with it.
Right. And that's the other lie to knock down. Camilla actually had a higher average playing with Angel than without Angel. So that whole thing that Jeff P came up with, y'all, because we know we got some Indiana fans in the chat, that was a 100% lie. The other issue was about the space. That was a lie as well, because as the people on the panel know, when Camilla was on the court, Angel did not play down low. She roamed the perimeter. She did not play down low. So this whole thing about, and she was either trying to get Camilla the ball, or she would drive or do something with the ball and then take the shot on the other side of the basket. But they make it sound like her and Camilla were bumping into each other. That's not what was happening, because when Camilla was in the game, Camilla became the post-up player. And to Angel's credit, she understands basketball. She knows a better game is an inside-out game. So like you said, Brass, like you said, Tony, she would always try to get Camilla involved because she knew an inside-out game is the best way to go in basketball. So she always wanted to get Camilla started. And plus, she always knew that she can score whenever she wanted, so she didn't have to force her offense. So she always looked for Camilla. So that entire line about Jeff was 100% nonsense and a lie for those Indiana people in the chat.
Yeah. Sometimes, I like to think that people are smarter than what they think they are, right? Because they have a whole lot of knowledge base when they don't watch the game like we do, or basically pay attention like we do, and they just listen to the narrative, and then the narrative becomes their 100% reasoning for whatever decisions they choose to make when they run in their mouth. If you want to know the stories, guys, just do what we do. We do our damn research. We do our research, but not only that, the research is right there. If you watch the entire game, if you watch the entire season, anything that we are saying is right there in front of your eyes. And it's not I sat back and I listened to Joe Blow have a conversation about it, and now I know everything about what happened. You don't. Do your research. Because you talk about it, you can see it, and you got to do your research. Because guess what? One thing I do know that I've learned watching a lot of YouTubers, and I've been watching them for 10 years. You don't say nothing that you ain't supposed to say. Are you wrong? Because they're gonna do more than call you out.
Yep.
We have an alert in the chat. I'm just confirming with the person who posted it, but they said we just talked about her, the wonderful Miss Uzan, even though she didn't want to take a check from the Chicago Sky because apparently they were so toxic and so bad. And remember, we talked about this, Tony. We talked about this, Brass. We said she'd rather go to Dallas and take a chance. And the last time I brought that up, people thought she was on the team, but according to the chat, she just got cut.
Who's on Ben?
I'm not surprised.
Who's on Ben got cut? That's late.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, who's on? Yeah, I saw that the other day. Yeah, who's on Ben cut?
Okay, because some people said she was still on the team, and I was surprised. I said, "Really, Uzan, the worst player in the league? She's on the team."
Yeah, they may have been late announcing it, but I think me and HD was talking about it the other night.
Look, let me tell you something. There's no lies being told here, and one thing I'm a firm believer in, Brass and MSL. God don't like ugly. He don't. Mm-hmm. He ain't stuck on pretty. But he does not like ugly.
But to Uzan's credit, even with a guaranteed money from Jeff P, Chicago, she knew Chicago was so toxic. She said, "I got to get the hell out of here." Even though I am not a WNBA player, I'm a borderline WNBA player.
Else, because she would have been cut there as well.
She's not a WNBA player.
See, I'm trying to be nice,
I don't know how she came over here.
Yeah, she's trying to be nice. She's trash.
Oh no, we don't. We you ain't gotta be nice on this channel, not this
she's
channel.
Trash. I'll say it. She's trash.
Same thing with Rachel Allen. Rachel Allen, right? She did not want to come back, and she took her chances. And she's with who? The Liberty, right?
Oh, you talking about Lindsay Allen?
No, Rachel.
Rachel Allen. Oh, Miss, I can't make a bucket the whole season. One game.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. You talking about Rebecca Allen?
Sorry, my bad, Rebecca. She's on New York, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, let's see if she stays.
Let's see if she stays.
And then Kia got the hell out of Dodge to an expansion team, and she wasn't even trying. She was like,
"Did you see what Rebecca Allen said about the Chicago Sky?"
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
She trashed them.
But that doesn't make ESPN though.
She didn't throw no angel to the bus. She didn't never play with her.
No.
She didn't throw no angel to the bus.
Oh, my bad, Brass, my bad. She got cut from the Sparks, not from Dallas. She got cut from the Sparks.
Yeah, I said she went to the Sparks.
Yeah, she was cut from Dallas originally. Yes, she got cut from the Sparks.
Yeah, she been got cut.
Yeah. Hey, so we just waiting on Rebecca Allen, right? She the last one, because the only one staying strong is Bam Bam. Bam Bam, the only one staying strong. Only because she found her rhythm again on her shot. That's it.
See,
if she didn't have her rhythm on,
Bam Bam is the ops, so she got a political tie with Chicago. They keeping her around.
Jeff P is such a nincompoop idiot, right? He's such a little mini-me. He's such a little dummy for a ventriloquist that anyone who's nice to him
He's keeping.
And you can tell by listening to Bantam, just in that interview, just in the press conference, it's like, oh, be nice to this person. She seemed like a kiss butt. Like Bantam seemed like that annoying girl in the clique that nobody liked because she was always kissing butt and she always wanted to be part of the cool kids, so everybody knew she was not. Right? But Jeff P is even more of a nerd than her. So obviously, when, just like Brad said, she's part of the ops because she's willing to sell out whoever she needs to sell out in order to get that check because she knows she can't get that check from nobody else. Even Fee is not going to get her that check on Minnesota because Cheryl Reese ain't having it. She may get her that check in a rival with that little bum team they had, but she not getting that check.
Right.
But she not getting that check from Cheryl Reese. So she knew she had to kiss Jeff P's behind.
Well, she was trash in Unrivaled. Oh my God, Bantam.
They was all trash. Sloot, Allen, and her were trash.
Look at myself. Skylar was like, this girl is horrible, and now she got to play with her.
Yeah, right. And say the political stuff, right? Wait till she missed 5 3-pointers in a row and Skylar asking for the ball.
God, they don't call her Madam Crash Out for nothing. Wait and see.
Yeah,
Skylar gonna slap her with the clipboard and pistol whip her with the clipboard. And she don't watch it.
Skylar gonna come in there with that unkempt hair one day and just throw a backhand at anybody who want it.
Crazy Skylar, right?
Crazy Skylar, yeah. Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, she better watch it.
Exactly. I love it.
She better watch it.
I like that old crazy Skylar boy. I like it when she go off.
No, we all do.
Hey, Skylar, I need you to be the crash dummy we know you are this year. Yeah. You gotta be the biggest crash dummy you can be. And we know who's spitting for Skylar, right? Did y'all see that Quita video with her father? Her father made a cameo. Did y'all see her father? Quita had a video at the game where they was playing Atlanta, and so Quita is just talking about Angel and all this stuff, and her father, her daddy was like, well, I'm a little upset. She like, why? Because I didn't see Skylar. And she was like, Dad, you want to see Skylar? You're like, yeah, I want to see Skylar. I want to see Skylar. And kind of like when Craig Robinson had said, when I was your age, they didn't build girls like you.
Yeah.
He was like, I want to see Skylar. And Quita was just cracking up. She was like, okay, Daddy. Okay. So yeah, but that team is going to be something else, man, because you got Skylar, Crash Out Queen. You got Rakia with all the stuff she got going on in her life.
Tasha Cloud.
You got Tasha Cloud, who's an activist Crash Out Queen. So that's a bomb waiting to happen. Because when she started talking about Israel and Palestine and all this other stuff, what Jeff P going to do?
Yep.
Right? Then you got Madam Controller, Sloot in the background, 37 years old, collecting $750K a year, and you know she's not going to play, and they not going to cut her, and she not going anywhere. Then you got Biscuit Bantam, right? She's there collecting whatever she's collecting, and you know Biscuit Bantam. Biscuit Bantam is not going to do anything on this team.
Ear hustling and snitching.
Right. And then you got Elizabeth Williams, who's hurt and a bum. Like, why is she there? Like, she should be there for a team that's a contender.
Azarae hurt for the foreseeable future.
Azarae missed $1.2 million, light in the butt, never been the third or fourth player on her team, but now all of a sudden she's going to be 1 to 3, depending on what happens on the night. But salary-wise, she's a 1, and you already got old slave master boss woman Sloot talk about, you better go earn that money, girl. You better go earn that money.
Yeah.
You better go earn that money.
Season ain't started yet. You got to.
Season ain't started yet, and she already cracking the whip.
Yeah.
Like, crazy.
Like what you said, headmistress?
Right.
What you say?
What you say?
Is this your school? Is this your institution? Or like, what's going on here? And then who else we got? Oh, JC the bust.
Oh yeah.
JC the bust, right?
Yeah.
So we got her. We got Rakia should be okay, but we'll see. Miller is gonna be the one under the most pressure.
Yep.
Because if Miller because they set Miller up. They said Angel is the problem. Angel's the problem. Yeah. So now Angel is gone.
Now what?
And now
oh, you gonna blame
what? Exactly. And if she don't average 15 points or above, 9 to 10 rebounds or above, they got no excuse. And now you can blame the team, whether it's the guards, whether it's the coach, whether it's the fake little boy GM. Something is wrong, because you done trash this woman in order to make yourselves look good. And then Camilla is still the same. And if she averages between 9 and 12 points, it's a problem.
Yep.
It's a problem. And then Dejanay, you know, with her little pretty self, she ain't trying to rush back if everything ain't 100%.
Dejanay chilling.
She chilling. She probably talking to Angel now. Give her the intel. Yeah, girl. They want me to come back, but I told them that I re-injured myself, but I actually went ice skating in Switzerland.
You crazy.
Yeah, girl. I actually went bull riding in Spain. Yeah, girl. Yeah. I mean, and that's something that I don't think Jeff factored in. You tried to do a Uno on Angel, but you may not realize she did a reverse Uno on you, because all of these baddies that you got, they only came for the money. But that don't mean they still don't like or not in contact with Angel, or for the ones that don't know her, like Rakia, they still don't like what you did to Angel. So when push come to shove, if they can take an extra day off, if they can say, oh, I'm not really feeling well today, I got a little niggling injury, trust me, ain't none of these women going to play a full schedule this season. Ain't none of them. So, and then, you know, people like Skylar, they trying to collect that next check. Skylar's looking for the second contract. You know, she don't think she done. So Skylar is not going to run herself into the ground for this team, because she like, look, I want me another check. So
yeah, I think that
this going to be tricky, y'all.
Yeah, let me touch base on Skylar a bit. I think Skylar, after this season, because her biggest and ultimate goal is to try one more time, right? And so the one more time is now. I think for her and NECA, they both have the same agenda, right? But after this, I think she possibly can, because I think she signed a three-year contract, right? Skylar needs to go ahead and go be a mom and let this go after that, right? She still has time to play, of course, but I don't know too many people that can be like a Tina Charles and just keep going and still be able to go. I think Skylar would, because Skylar stays in great shape. But I would like to see her end up on top. Coming here to Chicago, if she can't make something happen after that, man, it's I don't know what else to tell her.
What you think about that, Brass?
Well, man, Chicago is not going to the playoff.
Don't say that for Bro Claude to hear.
Well, that's my dude. I love that. I love Bro Claude. But hey, I know he's Chicago to his bone marrow. I get it. But they're not making the playoff.
You know what I told him last night, Brass?
What
I told him last night, Tony?
What'd you tell him?
I said, Bro Claude, let me just say this. You are a miracle maker, because half the people listening to you right now never thought they would ever care or talk about the Chicago Sky again in life. But you are forcing us to talk about Chicago Sky because you love this team, you love your city, and you love the women, because you're a protector of women and you're concerned with what's going on with this team and how it affects these women. So I told them, I salute you for that, because half of us don't give a damn about this team no more. And we wish we could just stop talking about it, because we so ATL right now, but it is what it is. So I give you credit for that.
You see my background, ATL? My background is dream. Look, T. Camilla said, man, Tony's so done with Sky. She done took down all her Sky stuff.
I see it, but he has made me listen to Chicago.
Fan, so wherever Angel Reese is where I'm going. But I'm a W first fan. You understand? So I can have my favorite player, which is Angel, but I am a WNBA fan.
Right.
There go, Bro Claude. You done talk that ninja up. He said it's Chicago, ninja. Shut up, bro, Claude. We don't care about Chicago.
Bro, Claude, bring your ass on the chat, bro, Claude. Come on the chat, bro, Claude. Because we gonna make fun of you. Bring your behind on the chat, bro, Claude.
Let me send him the link. Let me send him the link.
Because he is funny. He's actually one of the funniest people.
2 seconds, real quick, before we get up off of here.
That's my guy, man.
Claudia, come on.
No, he's a good dude, man. You could tell he's a good dude.
Brother.
That's my guy.
Because he's passionate and he can get very, very angry, but at the same time, he could also laugh and joke and smile within the same minute. So he's a whole dude.
He's very passionate about his Chicago Sky.
And though he be trying to chill, he knows a lot and has seen a lot.
Oh yeah. He be in the town.
He be trying to be low key, but we know he a OG from back in the day whose technicals and fingers stretch everywhere.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you that when he's ready, but most of the time he be laying in the cut.
Yep.
But yeah, man, that team, because I love the Buster.
You trying to be funny, Grizz.
What Grizz say?
Get your Elizabeth Williams jersey. I ain't getting no damn Elizabeth Williams. Yeah, that's good.
Brad, did we miss anyone on the team?
That's good.
Oh, no, Hawkins. She looked like she gonna get no burn. What y'all think about that? Hawkins look like she not gonna play.
Hawkins gonna be like HB on the rest of them. They're gonna cut her eventually.
I think so too.
Did she get picked up with Connecticut? Who she get picked up with?
She Connecticut with HVL.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, man.
Well, Connecticut?
Yeah.
Yeah, she went to Connecticut too. They picked her up today.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. Congratulations.
What up, man? What's going on, man?
Bro, Claude.
My dog. What up, brother?
First of all, let me say.
He already got the machine. He said, first of all, he ready to mow us down.
That's like when your mom call you by your entire government name.
Mm-hmm.
Throw you in trouble. When he starts over, first of all, we about to get a let go in.
I got a lot of love for the people on this panel. So you know what I mean?
This is the nice part, Brass, before he mow us down.
Yeah, here comes the butt.
Grandma, you know what I'm saying, say she got a lot of love. You know what I mean? But she got ass whooping to go with it. You got when it's a lot of love and it's ass whooping that's coming, a lot of love with an ass whooping is deserved to be this, because one thing you got. One thing I sat back, I've been here for an hour. I've been here literally for an hour.
I always know when you watching my channel. I know when you watching my channel.
I was just sitting here getting my thumbnail together, Tony, and you know what I'm saying? So y'all, you know what I mean, come to the crash out room. This is gonna be a big time crash out room tonight. But Tony, you know what I'm saying? I was over there doing my thumbnail and getting my stuff together for tonight, and that's what I got going on tonight.
Oh, that's you right there?
This is what, you know what I'm saying? That's what's happening tonight. So if y'all want to come by, y'all see the thumbnail, y'all see that?
That's funny.
Tonight. You feel what I'm saying? So we gonna talk about it tonight on that. But
hey, that watch drive fold is diabolical, but go ahead.
Who told you to change my squares?
I don't know, it just did that automatically, Tony. That's your control.
He got some powers, Tony, if he did that.
So this is what your raggedy show channel did. That I don't know what the hell.
Oh my God! Did you just call her channel raggedy? Oh my God!
That's me and her. That's me. You know, that's me and her thing. You know,
so you call her Raggedy Ann? That's what you saying? Raggedy Ann?
I wasn't the first one to say it. MSL.
Exactly, Tony. Yeah.
You stay out of. Hey, MSL, you stay out of it. I wasn't the first.
No, I'm gonna get you in trouble. I'm gonna get you in trouble. When we off the air, she gonna be slapping you.
Hey, like my grandmama say, you ain't gonna beat my ass or something.
You ain't a little raggedy.
No, you gonna beat your own ass by putting your foot in your mouth.
No, not ever. Listen, my foot is a size 13, so not so much. Now, listen, this is what we go.
All that means is you won't be able to pull it out.
Hey, the thing is that doing too damn much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll be listening.
Cause Chicago, your territory, right, bro, Claude?
I'm gonna be listening. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Chat. All I'm saying is book it. Then don't it? Because listen, one thing about the chat that's here, I love to rub that shit in your face.
Bro, Claude, I've heard you say both extremes. I heard you say no playoffs and playoffs. Which was it? Which one is it, bro, Claude?
I'm the one that's gonna rub that shit in your face, like they said about Olivia Miles on that some odd channel that I was on, and said that Olivia Miles won't even make it in the pros and she won't even be a top pick. And she, somebody told me when I said
Brass, he capping. He don't believe this.
When I was saying Olivia Miles' name, Olivia Magic Miles, Tony know about what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, somebody said that she just wasn't a top pick at all, and they couldn't see it. But Cheryl Reese said,
what that got to do with your bust ass Chicago team?
Great. Cheryl Reese, not so much MSL. Let me get it out because I know you
get it out, baby.
Cutoff king. You missed the cutoff king tonight. So let me.
Oh my God, he got raps, Brass.
I'm going there because Angel is my niece. First of all, so second of all, I'm gonna just let y'all know at the end of the day.
Did you wish a happy birthday, bro, Claude?
It's all on my page. It's all over my page. What you okay? That means you ain't been over there.
He be clocking, Brass. He be clocking, Tony.
It's been up there since 7.
Cause I've been with So Pretty Tony. Well, you jealous?
I'm just saying it's been up there since 7.
No, I'm just saying. Okay.
I'm saying it's been up there since 7 this morning. Of course. Anyway, not so much. I'm not gonna go with emotions or feelings. All I'm gonna say is that take everything that didn't happen away. And with these players set up, take the heads off, take the names
old folks home players.
Take the names off the play. The team only is, if you go and put in your chat GBT, it's gonna tell you the average of this team age is 29 years old.
That's old for a basketball team, bro, Claude.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's old enough. Certainly old enough.
It's not. No, it's not. The Bulls, the Chicago Bulls, won the last 3 championships at a 32-year-old average.
Because they were already good. This team is not good. Come on, bro, Claude.
No, they already was not. Michael Jordan
you capping, bro, Claude.
So
you
everybody forget about Brass. You know what I'm saying? That 7-8 years that Michael Jordan took.
Brass, JC Sheldon is probably 24 years old, but she's not going to play. She's dragging down the average, but she's not going to play.
I like to talk about actual facts. I don't like to talk about
Hawkins is not going to play. That's dragging down your average. You take those 2 out, and they're 30 years old, bro, Claude. Be honest.
When is Ray Stevens going to be available, bro, Claude? When is she going to be available?
They said they have a no timeline, but it's going to be in the early.
Watch this, Brass. Bro, Claude. JC Sheldon going to play, bro, Claude?
Wait,
JC Sheldon going to play.
Is Hawkins going to play?
Hawkins gonna play.
Oh God.
Dejanay is out. So who else gonna play?
They gonna play.
I told you back over feelings, man. You think
how effective they're gonna be is the question.
How effective they?
Why you always get mad when everybody don't believe in Chicago, bro?
It's not about that. It's about me and basketball with Brass and Tony. No, I'm saying if you think that Skylar goddamn Diggins, who has taken teams, every team that she been on, there's Brass on here, old head. Every team she been on, they went to the playoffs. Every single thing. And she has been an all-star 7 straight times. She said she plan on being an all-star again this year. She said
Hey, bro, Claude, I'm an old head. You're right. I'll go back a while. Me and you about around the same age.
That's right.
I'm telling you right now, bro. They're not making the playoffs, bro.
Okay, I said book it.
They're not making the playoffs.
I said just book it. I'm not gonna be doing all
Diamond
this.
Diggins is gonna crash out. She's gonna crash out and slap Rachel Bannum and probably slap Tyler Marsh, and that'll be it.
Daddy gonna jump in and jump on top of Skylar.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Or she may slap old man Daddy too.
What I would like to know: who's gonna play defense? Who's gonna rebound? Who's going to play on ball? How's their perimeter deep? Because Dejanay is the only defensive player with the reputation. With the reputation.
And she just San Tropez eating escargot.
Bro, Claude, how did you change so quickly? What is going on?
Book this.
No. How did you? What happened?
Because he was trashing them this morning, and now he capping.
I asked a question. No, I'm just asking a question because you were so distraught.
I'm on the organization. I am not on the players. What y'all doing is on the players. I'm not on the players.
Wait. Watch the word, y'all.
Okay.
Watch the
them.
word, y'all.
Okay. These two on the players on the court. I am not on the players.
So Rachel, skip Banner.
1 second, bro, Claude. This message is for you, bro, Claude. This message is for you. Look on the board.
Okay, go ahead. It say the Bulls and Phil Jackson, who's the sky head coach. Well, let me do this. So
that's why I put it out there.
I want y'all.
He pointing at us, Brass.
I want y'all to book this moment and put it.
That mean he testifying.
That mean when I come back.
Oh, he like Uncle Sam. He pointing right at us.
It's gonna be one way or the other. Either you gonna own what I said, or I'm gonna own your ass. And me owning you, ooh. Yes,
that sounds like the same thing.
Me owning your word.
You sound like you reincarnated from 1842. Well, what's up with that?
Yes, a master. You damn right.
Apparently.
Hey. Brass know what time I'm on.
You got that Vandersloot in you, I see.
I'm on that. Hey. Listen, you got the Vandersloot in you too, because for my recollection, I've been here 400 years, so I don't know what you're talking about. At the end of the day, what I say, listen, at the end of the day,
man, you look like
I know, right? He try to call me the Buckmaster.
At the end of the day, Chicago Sky has veterans that can get it done.
Well, they definitely got veterans.
They're not incompetent.
Veterans, all right.
No matter what you're saying, they're not incompetent. The jokes are good, but the actual stats and what they are.
Let's hope the jokes aren't the players.
What they are, the stats and how they've been playing and what they have done, even after Unrivaled last year.
Ain't none of these people ever played together, bro. Club. What you talking about? It's like a jigsaw puzzle. You don't know if it's going to fall apart or if it's going to stick.
That's what I said. It's a piece of puzzle. I was just finna go there. It's a piece of puzzle.
Okay.
That has to be together. But one thing we do know, that ain't none of these players the clowns that they was last year or the year before. This is a better team than it was last year. This is a better team than it was the year before. So you think that they not going to win more games than what they did last year with those clowns, the buzzards that they had, the bums? Are you really trying to make Dejanay?
Yeah, they're going to win more games, but it ain't going to be enough to get in the playoff.
Dejanay Carrington, who I love, a bum? Are you really trying to make the beautiful?
Dejanay is skiing in San Tropez. What are you talking about?
Are you trying to make Dejanay?
Dejanay is in Paris right now having some escargot.
I'm just saying, are you trying to make her a bum?
No, I'm trying to
say she's not playing.
That's not what he said.
She's on a 1-year contract when she comes.
Which means she getting the hell out of Dodge when this is over if she ever plays.
She on the one, whatever you saying. That's quick.
Yeah, she collecting that check.
Quick, but you can be quick with the tongue, but the actual facts don't matter. My grandma.
Where is she? Is she starting? Where is she? Is she starting?
Dejanay Carrington, when she come back, she will be.
When she come back? When is Sloot coming back?
Who cares about fucking Sloot?
Who cares
about Sloot?
Hold on,
Get the money.
Let me get the money. This is what I like. This is what we live for over here. Let me go on and give the theme music. They say, hey, pump my theme music. I'm coming with it. I'm coming with it. Oh, yeah. It says, good looking out, so pretty Tony. Salute. Brother Bro Claude. But I had to go. I had to go there. He was talking about, that what he was the one who asked you that question.
Ain't nobody
talking about Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Don't be dismissing my chat.
They have Phil Jackson.
Yeah. That's a good question, though, Bro Claude. It's Tyler Marsh. Can Tyler Marsh make this happen?
For the 1999.
No. Phil Jackson was a fill-in.
Phil
Jackson was not Phil Jackson was a fill-in.
But he was still good though.
He was not the coach that got them there. Go ahead, Brad.
Who got him there?
Say his name. You
Doug Collins?
Doug Collins?
Yeah. That's the coach that got him there. Just like Mark Jackson.
So you're trying to make him Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson got Golden State there, but then Steve Kerr came to do what he needed to do. Phil Jackson said himself, Michael Jeffrey Jordan showed me how to coach.
So you feel Teaspoon is setting up Tyler Marsh for greatness? That's what you're saying?
See, I don't, being, sarcastic is all right.
I gotta be sarcastic because who set up Tyler Marsh?
That's an interlude.
MSL.
I know
what's up, Raz?
You're very intelligent. So what you just did was an interlude, and that's for the show. But for me, I'm very 1,000% steadfast on saying what I know to be true. You cannot take the players that you have on this team and call them bums because they're not.
We're not calling them bums.
Yes, you did.
Listen.
Look at Riddick Milky Way. You want me to let?
No, they can call them bums, and they're probably right.
But you see that?
But that's not the panel. We're talking about
We're talking to you.
She feeding off of what's going on the panel.
But she's got a right to say that she's having fun. Don't you want people to have fun on your show? No, Tony, show they having fun. Don't be a dictator, Bro Claude. Don't be a dictator.
Man, listen.
I can't have fun now. You dictating how I'm coming off.
Hey, Bro Claude.
We understand that you got radioactive 13 toes down. We understand that you got nuclear waste 13 toes down.
Let Brad go. Go ahead.
Hold up. I listen. Listen. Are y'all listening?
We listen.
Yeah, we listen, Brass.
Tyler Marsh is Doug Collins. Trammell is Phil Jackson. Tyler Marsh, I give him between 10 to 15 games before Pagliocca sends him packing the clubs, and he's going to bring Trammell in.
I agree.
But I have questions. Number one, where's the defense? Because none of these players other than Dejanay play, and there's no guarantee that Dejanay will be the same defensive player she was before the injury.
Right,
Number two,
get back game shape.
Number two, who's going to be the rebounder? You can say Camilla all you want, but Camilla was a rebounder last year because she had the best rebound in the history of the game next to her, so that opened it up for her. She doesn't have that this year. Number three, what are they going to do with Rakia Jackson when Marsh is talking about she can play all five positions?
She already nipped that in the book.
He's an idiot.
She said she liked that Tyler thinks she can do it all. I don't.
As long as she doesn't bring the ball up the floor, and she gets at the elbow and she gets a certain spots, they'll be. If they depend on her to do anything other than that, they're going to crash and burn. But my main two things is defense and rebounding. And as a Ray Stevens, they don't even know when she's coming back. They talking about they're going to reevaluate her in a couple weeks. No telling when Dejanay coming back. No telling who else is hurt on that team.
Elizabeth Williams.
Elizabeth Williams, no telling when she coming. Listen,
And
bro,
the headmistress.
They are officially in the sweepstakes to either get Hidalgo or get Booker or one of those lottery picks. If they have any picks, I think they
don't have anything.
You know, you make him mad when you say that, right, Brass?
They don't have any. They don't have any.
So So listen, my brother, I love you. You're my dog.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all ass out.
You said that before, though. But
yeah, right before.
I was right.
I was right before. I was right before.
Miles went to TCU and balled
out. I didn't.
You did not have no conversation with Brass on Olivia Miles.
I'm not talking about it. We actually did, MSN. Me.
Oh, okay.
MSN, you all right?
Okay, I'm wrong. You got me. Okay, you finally got me, bro. Cause you got me once. You finally got me. Okay.
Me, him, and Prince. Yeah,
you got me. Hola, Salima. You got me.
Stop popping off. Hold on.
Hey, listen.
Hold on, Kimo-san. Hold on.
Listen, Olivia Miles. I didn't expect her to go to the links, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
But I did.
Oh, now he want credit, Brad.
I did. No, I won't.
Even a dead clock. Even a dead clock is right twice a day.
Exactly, because last night he said Olivia Miles led the NCAA in steals, and everybody know that's not true.
No, her team. Olivia Miles led her team in steals. Her team.
That ain't nothing. Well, Hidalgo averaged like 5 a game. That ain't nothing.
That's not even.
You can shoot down what I'm saying to try to move the goalpost.
I ain't even no goalpost. I never looked at
not you, Brass.
Oh, okay.
No, he talking to me. Go ahead, talk to me, bro, Clark.
You made a wrong statement when you said
the team. That's what you said.
I said
don't let me pull that video on you, bro, Clark.
Go pull it up. I said she led her team in steals.
Okay, I'm gonna listen tonight.
That don't mean nothing.
Call me on it. You can call me on it because guess what? I know I'm correct.
Like when you said Hidalgo was 5 for 10, right?
I'm gonna let the dog out for a
but
second.
You know what I was. You know who I was talking about. See, look, that's real slick.
But I was cool about it. I wasn't busting your chops like
Jacob
though. So give me some credit on that.
You know I was talking. You was.
Look how he's smiling, Brass. Look how he's smiling. You're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. You sound like somebody at the bodega trying to sell you something that you know you don't need.
Oh, I'm gonna sell. Listen, I'm gonna sell a whole lot because I'm a salesman. I'm a master.
I heard that.
I'm a master salesman now. You know that. But the thing is this, y'all, on some real shit. I think that the Chicago Sky looks better than what we've been seeing in the last 3 years. Actually,
because they got a bunch of names.
No, not because of a bunch of names. I told y'all when I came up here, take the names off and look at their
Brass,
season.
He talking all this smack, but he don't plan to go to no games.
No, I don't. I'm not going to support.
Oh Lord,
I'm not.
He talked about how he was right about Olivia Miles. But I was also right when I said that after that hit piece and after Angel walked off the floor, it's over for her being in Chicago.
Let's not go there because I know that's a sore spot for Bro Claude because they didn't think she was going to leave because they thought Chicago and the NBA was going to buy their way into Angel's heart. And you, me, and other folks, we was like, hell no, because we knew she ain't want nothing to do with that team no more.
Nope, it was over. It was a wrap after that.
And I can hear Tony laughing from the background, even off camera.
After that bullshit suspension, and
yes, it was.
And I said the HD. I said that is it. The Angel Reese era in Chicago is over. She ain't never putting on that uniform again. She erased them all out of her social media. She don't even mention it. She didn't have an exit interview.
Got rid of her number. Got rid of everything that said the Sky.
Get everything. She got rid of Don't even mention them.
And remember that last game where the little girl had free Angel and her bodyguard got her to take a picture with her and hold it up. If you trying to stay with a team, Bro Claude, you don't have a girl take free Angel Reese and take a picture with her. You don't do that. She also stopped talking to Jeff P. She stopped talking to management. She was done. They could offer all-star game practice facilities. She did not care. So this narrative that they didn't want her because they realized she was bringing too much attention to the team. Well, if that was the case, then why lie about the practice facility? Why try to bring the all-star game? Why this? Why this? No, she was done with them. She was done. She
didn't have no control over the all-star game. That you know who that was, right?
Yeah, but if the league, but think about this, though, bro. All jokes aside, if the league on a league level was trying to repair this, and ain't because I thought about what y'all said. You remember
they were trying to repair it.
But as Brad said earlier, or as he intimated, I'm going to say it, but he intimated it. The only way Angel was going to stay, and this is what every Angel Reese and Chicago fan has to resign themselves to. If they could have sold the team, clean house, and gave her right of first refusal on every transaction. Other than that, there was no reason to stay because the horror show, the pain, the memories, it was just a traumatic experience. And there's no way you could stay unless you cleanse and lance the wound. And when y'all were talking about ownership, I remember in my head, I was saying, yeah, but they'll never sell the team fast enough before the season starts. And for her to change in the middle of the season, that would affect her averages and stuff like that to learn the new system. It just didn't make sense. But obviously she figured it all out because this trade was set up even before the year started. So it made sense to me when it happened. And if you listen to the interview that they did with Semesco, she touched on it. You see, the thing with Angel is she gives things in bits and pieces, but unless you listen to the panorama of what she has, it doesn't make sense, especially to someone who doesn't follow. But if you follow that stuff and piece it together, it makes sense. So Angel provided the last piece to the puzzle at that press conference because she said her and Ryan were at Team USA. They probably spoke to each other, knew each other, whatever, but they clicked and they bonded. And it makes sense because remember, Paige, when they did that, 2 years, right? Bro. Paige thought she was going to Dallas, and it made sense. Enrique, 3 number ones, it made sense. Paige was like, "Oh, I'm done. Angel gonna be my girl." But then, if remember what the management said, they said, "Oh, someone told us that Angel was available." Obviously, that was Ryan and Alicia from Team USA. So then they made the phone call, as they said, to the Sky, and Angel visited Atlanta.
I don't know.
It's not a hypothetical, bro, Claude. It's the facts. It's the facts of events.
I'm just saying we don't know.
Okay. Let's go to stuff we do know. But Angel wanted nothing to do with Chicago anymore.
Yeah, the whole thing is that I don't know exactly. Me personally, just for my standing on statement, I don't know how that went,
but you did see Paige on that video, right? Say don't worry, we'll be on the same team 2 weeks from now. You did see that though, right?
Hold on, let me finish. So the thing is that they already been knowing each other and been around each other for 2 years already with Unrivaled. So they already had a relationship for is that concerned.
But she thought she was going to go to Phoenix or Dallas or those teams. Atlanta she didn't. Was the dark horse.
She didn't.
But go ahead, bro, Clark.
She didn't want to go to Dallas. She didn't want to. She made her decision on, this is what I'm trying to tell you. She didn't want to go to Dallas. She chose to go to Atlanta. And Jeff Pagliosha and the organization agreed.
But they had no choice because she wasn't going to play for them.
Bro, just let me finish. I'll be letting you be wrapping off. And I'll be letting you say whatever you need to say. Let me get it. I talk slow, so I know you kind of like hurry up, dude. I know I talk slow because my father was a Southern boy. You know what I mean? My father and mother come from down south, so I'm a little slower than you are. So the thing is that Dallas had the better deal for Angel. The Chicago Sky could have made that deal with Angel Reese going to the Dallas Wings. They did not, because Angel said, I want to go to ATL. So it's like, okay, cool. Give me a bag of Skittles. You could go where you want to, Cool. And I'm still not giving Jeff Pagliuca no credit.
I don't give him any credit. I think Angel put them in that position.
You know why? Listen, one thing I'm not gonna do is these people that's in power. I've been around them. I don't know if you've been around them enough. I've
been around with a lot of people in power, bro. I know how power works. That's why I knew Angel was gonna leave.
What I'm saying is that the billionaires, the people, the ones that drink the blood, those people
and eat the children, all that good stuff.
Yeah, those people. You are the ones that kill.
Trust me, I know.
Prince and Michael Jackson. Okay, so come on, we gonna keep it right there. So the thing is that we can only watch and hope for good things at this point. But one thing that did cause the situation with Angel last year, that caused the civil war that's going on right now in this
with the ownership
organization. It's right now with the thing. So everybody was not on board with Angel. First of all, being fucking suspended. First of all, that's the first thing. The second thing was Angel being traded. Do you understand that everything is in a disarray? They're doing this to satisfy not just the fans of Chicago, because we're not satisfied. You have a person like me that's a diehard person saying, I'm not attending no motherfucking games to give them any money to their money laundering. You know what I'm saying? Crack cocaine. I don't know, heroin. I don't know, allegedly.
Now, how come I can't piece stuff together, but you won't call them money launderers and Al Capone? And Al Capone.
You can always say that. You can get down on them.
Because I never say they Al Capone. Because I don't know.
I'm just saying them. I'm not saying the players. That has nothing. You got to be able to differentiate.
And you call Jeff Pagliuca the lieutenant or the what they call them, Brad?
I'm just saying
the capo, or one of them people.
You know what I'm saying? He say, hey, 12.
Conciliary.
Conciliary,
yeah.
Jeff Pagliuca the one on there, 12. So I mean. So the thing is that at the end of the day, Joe.
Yeah, I'm back.
What up, Tony?
Hey, baby girl. At the end of the day,
Claude acted up again, Tony.
We got no. At the end of the day, Joe. The thing is that I don't take my frustration out on people that don't deserve it. I don't do that. See, I'm not a person that's gonna walk to the corner and shoot everybody else on the corner. I'm gonna give to that person. See, me and certain other people might have different styles, but my daddy always told me get the one you want, not get everybody else to pay for something else they did. You got what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I mean? The mama's feelings, when the mama's feelings come in, you shoot everybody. Everybody blow up. Blow the whole goddamn corner up. No. Be strategic, be precise, and be correct on who you going to get. You dig what I'm saying? Because everybody else don't need to get shot. Just that one that you have to go with or whatever it is. And make sure when you shoot, you knock them on down. So I've been knocking this organization down. I've been going to the facility. I've been showing you guys. I've been on it every single day. I am against this organization, but I'm not against the players.
You doing God's work, huh? We don't care.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, make care or not, I do.
No, you doing God's work. No, and we respect that. And like I told you last night, even though, like I said, half your audience don't give a damn about Chicago no more, and Angel sure as hell don't give a damn about Chicago, and maybe the exception of the players that are still there, like Miller. But you, bro, Claude, your love, your appreciation for Chicago, your appreciation for the team, and mainly for the women that are there, you just get us into it, and I respect that, and I respect. We're gonna still bust your chops because you be going from they gonna be the 5th seed and to they may not make the playoffs. I don't know, and we what the hell's you talk about, Negro?
I said no cap space. Said that they was gonna be 5th. See, MSL muddy up the word. He'll get your ass shot. MSL will set your ass.
Well, you already crippled. So if they shoot you, it won't. They'll just take you out of your misery.
So Brass wasn't on here. So Brass, I said,
because you sit there with no legs, drowning in water, and talk about they're gonna be the 5th seed.
7th or 8th, I could see them going. I said no cap space had them at 5th. But
7 to 8, you may get your head out of water, but before you was drowning.
Don't listen.
And they was ready to shoot your behind.
I said that no cap space had them at 5th. I don't think that that's where they will be landing, but or reality of what they have 7th or 8th that could possibly, if they really, really do come together, which will still leave them in the middle. And who wants to be in the fucking middle? We want to win. We don't want to be in the fucking middle. We want
mediocrity is going to be your name and your destiny.
Yeah, not my name.
Their name.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So now he's not repping for them brass. You see that? See when you say mediocrity, not my name, not my name.
No, God is my name. My last name is Muhammad. So that's my name.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam. Make damn sure you understand that I got God's name. So
yeah, why I gotta do that in rhythm like that?
You know what I'm saying? Make damn sure you know
Tony,
I got God's
Tony, I peeped him last night because I was busting his chops about South Carolina. And I didn't say nothing to him at the time, so I'm glad we on the air. So I'm glad we on the air now. I'm glad we on the air now. But he was going hard, like he knew the whole soap opera as the world turns for Notre Dame. And I was saying to myself, I knew he was a bandwagon. I knew he was a bandwagon because he loved Notre Dame, but he be repping. He don't talk about them, but he be repping hard for South Carolina. Since they've been winning, but he really, his love is really for Notre Dame.
I'm gonna stay off his neck with South Carolina. All of them his babies.
They all his babies.
Is that true?
All of them his babies, and Dawn is his baby mama.
You better know it.
And if there's another team with a black head coach that start winning, that's gonna be his baby mama too.
No.
I ain't even gonna hold you, MSL. He always been down with Dawn. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie on Bro Claw. Like, he likes Niele Ivy too.
Tell him, Brad.
She a good looking woman. I respect that.
Love him some Hill Gang, and he loved when Olivia Miles was there. So he loves both of them. So yeah, he ride for Notre Dame in South Carolina.
No, but he kicked Hidalgo though out the house though, because last night he was going in on her.
I gave her a spanking because of what it was needed.
Spanking? You locked up in the cell and took away the key, man.
You don't talk about nobody personality, sexuality, or whoever. It doesn't matter. It's what you do on the 9450. That's what matters.
It's not an excuse, but wasn't she a sophomore at the time?
It doesn't matter. You don't do it at all. It doesn't matter how old you is. If one of my children, I got 8 daughters, and if they
no sons, Bro Claw?
I got one son. He the oldest.
Okay.
My son was one of the perfect children. You know what I mean? He knew that he would be murdered at the age of whatever he fucked up at. So my son, I never had no problem with my son.
Oh my God.
No. My son. So my son grew up with me being in the military. You understand? He know military daddy. You got what I'm saying? So from all of his he know the drill sergeant. He know all of that. So he was the perfect.
Because you were in the military yourself, right?
Yeah, 8 years. He know the drill sergeant.
I can see that.
So he already knew what time it was. He knew death was around the corner at any given time. No, he didn't. My son didn't hang out. He didn't gang bang, nor did he.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Do any of those things. He graduated high school early, and he graduated college early.
Wow.
From DePaul University.
Congrats.
So, and he also is in the film industry, which Tony know, her nephew.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, that's why you were at that movie set the other day?
Well, Tony know about all of that stuff. And Brad.
Oh, you just a G. I'm sorry. You just a G. I forgot about that.
So my son, I thank God for having me. You said you're not a man unless you be able to raise a man, right? My father, so I'm able to say, hey, I raised, even though he gave me one, I raised him the right way, and he's doing the right things about himself. Now my daughters, all 8 of them, the only thing I could do is love them.
Damn, 8.
And give
That's
them
a lot of estrogen.
And give them all of what I have as a father with knowledge, but I can never show them how to be a woman. They'll leave that to their aunties.
And he don't have no gray hairs having 8 daughters.
No, not at all. Hey, that's because I told you, MSL, you gonna learn that I walk with God. I walk with him, and he gonna shine on your face and in your body. He gonna let people know that he is present in your life. I know I'm rough around the edges, y'all.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I know I'm
no, we can have that conversation one day.
Everybody got their little, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their little.
Basketball's not the only thing I know. We can have that conversation one day.
Yeah, I appreciate you. So the thing is that my family, you know what I mean? My family is intact. I was able to raise my children. I've been with my wife for 31 years. A black
Congrats.
woman. You know what I mean? A black woman. I just want to be an example. I don't want to be the fake. I want to be the real. You know what I'm saying? So making it through marriage is hard. You know what I mean? It's some days that she be like, turn that shit off. I don't care if you gonna talk to whoever. Turn it off. I don't want to hear that shit. And I'll be like, okay, I'm going in the garage.
You need to turn it off. That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Look at Tony. Tony be right, but Tony no. I do not disrespect my wife. I do not disrespect my daughters, and I never disrespect none of y'all. And if I do, I apologize emphatically, because if I step on anyone's toes or disrespect a woman, that don't make me a big man. Hell no. Hell no. A woman had me. I come out of a woman's body. So goddamn it, what am I to say about the mother that we have in this Mother's Day weekend? The mother that we, you know what I mean, we were able to come out of. We have to give appreciation to all women that can bear children. So when y'all follow me, y'all know, or come listen to me, y'all know that I'm really serious about this. I had my grandbaby on the air yesterday, Brass. You know why?
Beautiful child, bro, Club.
You know why, Brass? Because I love women for real, and it's not fake. It's a real love. And guess what? My mom put that in me. My grandmothers put that in me. You got what I'm saying? My cousins, my aunties, my siblings. I got 4 sisters. So I'm I don't want any woman to feel like I could put on this facade and stay pro. No, I have my mistakes. I have my errors. I have things that I have done as an underdeveloped person, human being, and I have things that I have regrets and I have pluses. But the thing is that I'm human. I admit my faults. I confess my faults only to the Lord. But this is what it is. You know what I mean? You can get me, love me, hate me. I'm me, and I thank you.
We love you, bro, Clark.
I thank you, MSL. I thank you, Brass. Brass, my man. You already know, Brass.
Yep. Fan for life, baby.
We gonna ride out. We from the middle. We gonna ride out.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna ride out. You know, it's
right.
And nothing's ever personal because we're all personalities. So we know it's just all fun.
No, yeah.
No, definitely.
Now, Tony is a hater. You a hater.
You a hater.
You know what?
He love busting the women chops, and the women love busting his chops.
Tony Keisha,
and the women in the chat be killing him.
Look, Tony.
He know I'm tired right now. I feel like fighting right now.
Tony Keisha, and Honey.
Because I've been told. Look here, bro, Claude. Let me find something.
Honey is a hater, Tony. I don't care.
Oh my goddamn face on the camera.
Hey, MSL. It is hilarious.
All right, I'm gonna call on you. Keep it up.
Keisha, not calling nobody, Tony.
No, bro, Claude and Keisha got that relationship with Prince Stanford and his what's his aunt Esther that be going upside his head.
But look, MSL. When it's all 3 of them, it's hilarious.
Yes. He's great with the women because the women always picking on him. And he loves it. He eats it up. So yeah, they hilarious. Keisha is hilarious.
Hey, Tony and Keisha,
we have to set him straight.
They double teaming.
He pick on us, and then we got
to double team Bro Claude, and it be so hilarious.
Brass. Even though it's dumb, it remind me of that episode of Sanford and Son, if y'all ever saw it, where like this woman detective came with a male detective over the house, right? And so the dude introduced himself and he said, "And this is my sidekick," whoever the woman was. And Fred looked her up and down, and you could think of Keisha saying it, looked up and down and said, "Well, I could see why you the sidekick, because it looked like somebody just kicked you up the side of your face."
Right.
Hey,
Right.
listen, I love all my people in the chat. I love all, listen, T. Camilla, Riddick Milky Way with her pretty ass. Not for the weak with her fine ass. You know what I'm saying? All of
Yeah, they all be after you, bro. Call you gummy bear and all of that.
Alyssa B and all my, you know what I mean? All my sisters that be, hey, listen, my ADPs, everybody, man. Listen, man, I be having fun with my sisters.
Where ADP tonight? Where is ADP?
I don't know, ADP probably busy. All my sisters be, you know what I mean? I just really, they've been holding me down. Yeah, Brad's already know. They've been holding me down since I came on here. The sisters put me on.
Yeah.
The sisters. I know Brian Lewis and all of them, you know, always been there. And you know, Anthony and Brian Allen Hines and Nate King Pythes Nathan and Brother Nate. All of those guys, they've always been around. I'm just saying the women.
She went and said you trying to suck up right now, bro, Clark.
She wins. No, she wins on punishment in a little bit. She gonna not be able to come outside. Talk about some she wins. She wins nothing. What? You gonna win a belt.
What time your show is tonight? Don't you have a show tonight?
10 o'clock. I'm finna go get prepared. I'm finna go do it.
Yeah, was it Cut the Ish supposed to be on tonight?
Oh, what was on while Keisha was on? You know, I like to let everybody have their time. I don't know.
Well, we was having such a good time, we wouldn't even think about the time.
Let me get up off here. That's on Tony. I'm going, y'all. I'm going.
Let me go. I gotta go catch some of Keisha's stuff, y'all.
So let me check to see if they are. Let me check.
You know I go on that 5, you little skillet. I'm gonna still going on my time.
I'll check to see if they on.
Bro, Claude always starting some shit.
I didn't even do nothing, Tony. I didn't even do nothing.
You always starting something, man. All right, y'all. Look, my girl Keisha on. I gotta go catch the end of her show, y'all. But look, thank everybody for coming. It's always a pleasure. You know, Brad, you always welcome.
You know it. You know
what time it is. This was a great topic. It was a good conversation. We got to get it. We got to talk about a lot of the different players, what they're going to look like on the teams that they're on. I think it's important to also.
Tony, I'm not sure if they're on. You may want to check that. I'm not sure if they're on.
Who that?
I don't know if they're on either. Hey, MSL, make sure you come through tonight. Brad says, I see you if you up.
All right, bro.
You know I love you. Yeah. You know you love me. I'm on Crash Out Room, y'all. The Crash Out Room, you can come up on the panel. You do your cussing. You can tell. You can say.
You know I gotta go to sleep. I'm going to sleep. You on tonight? Last night,
Chicago people.
You was late.
No, don't worry, Brass. We can slap them around a little more in Chicago on another show.
They get some more smoke. They can
slap some sense into him. Some reality.
Get some more smoke.
I would listen. I was dropped on my head. It ain't gonna compute.
Apparently.
Once again for coming out.
I'm just saying. Daddy say the toilet don't flush.
Stop your ass. Stop talking.
Okay, I'm going. You finna get in trouble, Tony. Bye. I love y'all.
See y'all later. Take care. Good talking to you, Brad. Good talking to you, Tony. Good talking to you, bro, Claude.
Go to his crash out room, and so he can crash out.
All right, y'all.